This is a public service announcement. Due to technical difficulties on the flight today, there is going to be a slight delay. We appreciate everyone's patience as we work through today's flight. Be advised that there are emergency exits, but you cannot use them because, well, they're locked and shut for all. So, again, I apologize for the delay this morning here. Anywho, I'm not quite sure what's going on. My Sims is kind of stuck in a frozen mode. I can get into the sim, I can start the flight, and now it's just kind of loading at the screen. I thought it was maybe the 777 causing issues, so I'm going to now delete the stream of packages and then retry this again and see what happens. So bear with me as we work on it. Okay, welcome. Sorry about that delay today. Maybe things are working. So, like I said, I deleted the streamed packages for Msfs 2024. I was able to load into an airport finally, so now I am attempting to load in Oakland with the 777. So we're gonna see how this works out. I'm not sure if the Pmdg is gonna take a little bit more time to do its behind the scenes work, recompiles the files. I'm not sure if it's going to. I don't think it will. So it might be an Oakland issue, because I was able to spawn in with the caravan in Phoenix. And I tried the caravan here in Oakland and it did not work. So it would be weird that it would be an Oakland issue. I don't know if I've taken off from Oakland in 2024, but I have definitely landed in Oakland a few times. So we're gonna give this another minute or so, see if it actually loads. If it doesn't, we'll exit out of the sim, we'll choose a different airport, and we might have to alter the flight altogether. Now this is a real world flight as it is. This is Oakland to Ontario, not Canada. So southern part of California. It's a real FedEx flight. It's not a real FedEx 777 flight, though. The shortest 777 flight that I see that FedEx does is like 3 hours long. And I'm not about that. Not about that. Venus is also a problem? Oh, interesting. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember if I've actually departed from Oakland before. So it might be an Oakland issue. I suppose I can reverse the flight plan. Ontario to Oakland. Can certainly try that. I'll give it another couple seconds here, because I don't think it's doing its thing. Let's say I didn't have any issues yesterday. I was also going to do the CRJ today, because I was able to load into the CRJ in 2024 last night without any issues. Now I did do the trick of loading on the runway. I don't know if you can do full cold and dark. You might be able to, actually. You might be able to, because the CRJ is pretty basic when it comes to its stuff. Okay, yeah, this clearly is still kind of broken. So let's try to reverse the flight plan. Well, I'm going to alter the flight plan. I may not do a full FedEx flight, like a real world FedEx flight. We might just do an complete altered flight here. Nevertheless, yesterday, so I did test the 777, and after deleting, so here's the trick. Some people do have issues. Do a long haul? No. Some people have issues with the 737 and the 777 with 2024. And again, these are unofficially supported planes right now in Flight Sim 2024, so you have to kind of figure out your own crap if there are issues with it. But if you do have issues with it, one recommendation is if you can figure out where, because it depends on if you're using the Windows Store or the Steam Store. Both store files in different locations. Personally, I found the Steam one to be a lot easier to find, but if you can find the folder, your app data folder, and this is for the Steam version, if you can find that folder and you delete the Pmdg 777 and 737 folders from there, that should fix the issue with the avionics not powering on when you're launching at the runway, with the yoke sticking to, I think it's the, what's it stick to the right? So it might fix those issues. Inventory Don says, do you want So hopefully that fixes up a couple things. I know I get some comments in the chat about technical issues with it, and I can't answer all of them because I don't have access to the Windows Store, so I don't know how to do those things. I know it's not complex, but it's a completely different directory. I now have access to it. And I think the location of it also changes based on the user. I may be incorrect on that one, but I'm not 100% sure. Potentially. In all my times of streaming, I think this is the one time that I've actually launched the sim. Sorry, didn't have the flight ready to go when I started the stream. Normally, I make sure the streams are I'm in the flight itself. But I didn't expect any issues today. As I said, yesterday I did a CRJ test and no problems whatsoever. So, we're gonna try... Let's see, let's do O'Hare to Indy. I've done that flight many of times in many of different aircrafts. And it's not that long of a flight, but it is a cargo flight. FedEx does fly out of O'Hare. They do go into Indy. They don't use this plane, of course, but... Okay, so... I don't know what FedEx is down over here, so we're going to load up here. Again, 777. This is 2024, as you see. This is the FedEx plane. And let's try going into Chicago. What is going on with the brown here? You see the brown? My mouse is disappearing, but... Oh, hey! Okay, so Oakland seems to be a problem. Oh, what the hell? This is not FedEx. This is DHL. Alright, well, we already got back out once, but that's fine. Okay, so you see how it's locked up now? Give it a couple seconds. Ooh, we're bouncing around. Oh, maybe it's not going to work. Maybe it's broken again. Maybe it's the DHL that's broken. Alright, either way, we gotta get out of it. So let's go back to the main menu. Well, now we know it's an Oakland issue. So for those who are in the stream, watching it later on, apparently Oakland's broken. Alright, so the Pmdg 777. We're gonna go with the liveries, the FedEx Panda. Now this worked last night, so I can't see why it's not working now. This may not be a 777 stream after all. Alright, we're gonna do this again. So 10 center, departure, start flight. Well, at least we figured out one problem. That's... Why is it throwing me on the other runway? That's weird. Alright, we're in the FedEx plane now. I don't see engines spooling either. Seems to be exhaust there, but they're not spooling, so... Looks like the 777 is indeed broken for me for some reason. And I really don't want to restart again. Wonder what's going on. So, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with the files itself. So if you can find your app data roaming flight sim folder, if you can find this folder, in, which is it, packages? Yeah, in your packages, you're going to find the 777 folder and delete it. Okay, so it's going to say Pmdg 777 or something like that. Just delete it. Yeah, it's going to say right here. It's going to say Pmdg aircraft, and then it's going to say 777. Delete that folder. You can also delete these two if you're using the 737 as well. Okay, then the other thing is in 2024, if you go into the WASM folder, and it's going to be under 2020 because these are 2020 aircrafts, here are those folders for 2024. You can delete those as well. Now, it won't let me right now because I'm in the aircraft. So we're going to try one more trick because I really want to get this plane going. So we're going to exit again for the... How many times have I done it today? 4 or 5. So we're going to exit again. And we're going to delete the 777 folder. And we're going to launch up this stream again. Isn't this fun? So we're at 27 minutes with a stream, and we haven't even flown yet. deleting the 2020 because the PMDGs are not built for 2024 yet. So they do still call back to a folder, and sometimes they call back to that 2020 folder, and they're trying to load things in there, but it's confused. So it just locks things up. That's why. So again, some people have reported issues where their yoke is, completely flipped to the right, avionics won't show up, the tablet's not showing up, etc. By doing that, it has fixed a lot of people's issues. Now we're going to see live on the stream that it's probably not going to for me because I have some other issue going on. But like I said, so late last night, I did try out the CRJ, and I was able to get into the CRJ. The nav system worked. I didn't do a flight. I did a departure with the 777. That is all I did. But the CRJ, it did take about 10 minutes to load into the CRJ the first time. And I assume that was the compiling thing. So I'm not sure if something went haywire with that. Compiling that WASM caused other issues to come up, which is now why the 777's not working. We're going to see. But I did delete the CRJ's WASM folder. So if this don't work, we'll fall back to the 737. If that don't work, we'll fall back to the Phoenix, because we know the Phoenix does work with 2024. So we will at least do a flight with a aircraft today. The 727 freighter from Flight Sim Studios now has a new experimental version. The GPU, I believe, still does not work, and there are some other issues still. But they at least released a new version of it, so it is supposed to be flyable again. And if you're in the last stream, which was on Monday, I think it was, the E-Jet from them, Flight Sim Studios, does not work. The avionics they glitch in and out. It's not flyable. It's not even startable, I don't think. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. All right, we're in. We're gonna make sure we're in the FedEx, though. This might take a little long to compile again. Since I deleted the WASM folders, I has to recompile it. So liveries, the FedEx Panda. And we're gonna go to O'Hare. So I'm picking 10 center, but it's throwing me over here to a center. I don't know why. All right, so again, 10 center is where I want to depart. 10 center. Let's see what happens. Chop, chop, there's no customers. Yeah, I wonder what is going on with the weird brown colors there. Is that the... Oh, that might be it. Yeah, so O'Hare had a remodel, but it's not correct here in the sim yet. So the brown lines you're seeing up there in the middle center, kinda, those are the new taxiways. That's the satellite imagery that's coming in. So that's a conflict right now with Sim Update 1, is it's also loading the satellite imagery at airports when it's not supposed to. So no issue, it's a bug fix they're gonna possibly fix with the next Sim Update beta. Yeah, you can see how, if you look, you can just barely see it, but if you look at the top runway up there, you can see it's extended. So it's pulling in the correct information. That's rather interesting. I wonder when we'll have... So, Asobo makes a premium O'Hare, and it's decent. It's not bad. I don't remember if I'm using that now, if I'm using the other one, but there's another company, another dev that made O'Hare as well. But they haven't updated the airport either. And I wonder why. Yeah, see, our plane's over there at 28. What is that? Right? Yeah, why is it doing... Oh, it's completely different runway. Whatever. Alright, well, let's see if it even works. No, not powered up either. He should be spinning, I should be seeing lights. So I'm not quite sure what's going on now with the... Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, hey, we're back. Okay. We have a 777 flying, well, working. Okay, so now we have to build a flight plan. So let's adjust our flight plan first. So we're going to go to new flight. We're going to be FedEx. We're going to be a 516. We're going to depart Oakland, O'Hare, going to Indy. We are a 737, or sorry, 777. We are standard config and generate the route. Patrick C, live on the stream, troubleshooting. Alright, departing runway 22 left is what we're expecting. So now, what we have to do, bear with me a little bit because it's been a very long time since I have done the 777. And I thought it would be great to have a doofus like me try doing the 777 after a very long time. Okay, so we're not doing cold and dark because of obviously known issues. We're going to start the APU because we're going to try to shut down the engines and slew over to a gate. Now, with the 777, the computer's right down here, and we're going to go over to APU right somewhere in here. Where the hell's APU? That's engine. Oh, there it is, right? APU, 28 volts, 1 amp. Hydraulics, fuel, air conditioning, right? Yep. Checklist, comms, nav. We're gonna see what happens. Alright, anyways, we're gonna slew on over so I can get my other charts going. Okay, actually, it put us in the right spot, didn't it? That's weird. Okay, whatever. We're gonna go over here where FedEx is. I kind of pointed the wrong way, but that works. Okay, so we have that going. We're gonna go over here, and because this might be broken, we're gonna go over to this little button, and does not have current perfect. That's why I want to check it. We're gonna install the nav data. I see your text message, by the way. If you don't do this, I do it sometimes twice. Well, I do it always twice because the first time I tried doing this, it didn't work. It's supposed to bring it back to the screen like it just did. Request a nav. Perfect. Go on down here, and we have a computer that should be working. FMC. Position should already be set. We're going to go to route, and we're going to request the route. Here's our SimBrief profile. Click on that guy. Load the payload. Load the fuel, select the route, and it's requesting. So we're going to give a couple seconds to request that. Chicago to LAX, you are crazy. You are crazy. Alright, I'm going to get my... Alright, we have a route ready to go. I got to get Newsky updated because we're doing a completely different flight. Right, new fly should be going. Load the route. It's uploading. Alright, runway. We are expecting 22 left. What happened? Alright, 22 left. Drop that in there. It pulled our call sign. Ready to activate it, so let's activate, execute. Go to performance information. We're going to go here, click on that button, let it auto-load it, accept it, thrust, good to go, takeoff. We're going to be a flaps 5, departure. CG will autofill. We have our V's, we're going to confirm those, all good. 4.25 on the trim. 4.25 on trim, I guess it auto set it. Alright, departure, we already have 22 left, but we're not going to. Morning, Irishman. Where are we going? So we were going to do Oakland to Ontario, California, but Oakland's broken. So we're going to make up something, and we're going to do O'Hare to Indy, which I think I did on a stream not too long ago. Alright, 23 right for departure via the Jax 2 via Eleanor. Or Eleanor? Yeah, Eleanor. And execute. Okay, make sure that loads up. Perfect, beautiful, looking good. I think we're going to be flying. FMC, we're going to go to init page here. V's are good there, beautiful, okay. And so one thing I think that is broken in this plane. Oh, here we go. Okay, live weather is in, live real time, all good. Let's make sure this is live. It is live. Live. Okay. One thing I think is broken is... Oh, maybe not. Nope, it was just broken yesterday. The altimeter wasn't automatically setting for me, so 2988. All good. My views are all set. Yep. APU, is that even on? I can't remember how to check the APU on here. I don't think so. I think I'm missing something. I think I have to do the external power to get the APU on. That's fine. Alright, turn that off. Alright, good going there. Alright, I think we're ready to get this is a bug, I think, as well, so don't worry about it. APU cooldown. Oh, so APU was running. See, the APU on the on the 737 shows here. I just don't remember where it shows in the 777. Did Microsoft put this in, or was it a download? This is the Pmdg. This is the Pmdg 777. Unofficially working, just like the 737. Okay, let's get Beyondatc rolling. Thanks for bearing with me throughout today's troubleshooting. Connected. It's saying flight level 170. That can't be right. That can't be right at all. Let's get our webcam going as well. Okay, and we're going to tune on to Chicago frequency, which is Chicago clearance of 1216, and we'll do a clearance by voice here. Okay, I think we're ready to roll. Chicago clearance, good morning from FedEx 516. We are a Boeing 777 at cargo ramp 8, ready for IFR clearance.
FedEx 516 Heavy, O'Hare clearance, cleared to Indianapolis. Radar vectors earned, then is filed. Maintain 5,000 feet. Expect 1717,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.625, squawk 1044.
Cleared to Indianapolis, radar vectors earned, then is filed. Maintain 5,000. Expects 17,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 126.625, squawk 1044, FedEx 516.
FedEx 516 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground.
Oh, I'm gonna forget Heavy.
121.75 when ready for pushback or
it's
engine
heavy,
start.
man, it's heavy. Isn't it Back to the Future, right? Heavy. Over to ground, 121.75, FedEx 516 Heavy, see ya. Alright, I need to remember to bookmark Pmdg's site, I keep forgetting. Alright, I think we're ready for push and start, right? Right. Alright. Over, automatically switched us over, cool. O'Hare ground, FedEx 516 Heavy at cargo ramp 8, ready for startup. Actually ready for taxi, but...
FedEx 516 Heavy, engine start approved, call when ready for taxi.
Engine start approved, FedEx 516 Heavy. Alright, so engines are working, we've got a FedEx right next to us. So actually, some weird glitching going on there, huh?
American 1219.
I wonder if that's DLSS was messing with it, or if that's just an issue with the plane. That's a beautiful plane.
Back approved. Face south.
It's a cute little panda. My wife hates pandas.
Engine start approved. Face south. American
Alright, so we are here at cargo ramp 8. We have to go all the way down to 22 left. Jeez Louise. O'Hare ground, FedEx 516 Heavy, ready to taxi. This has...
FedEx 516 Heavy, runway 28 right taxi via Zulu 1, Quebec, Zulu, November, Yankee.
Oh, Jesus. Runway 28 right via Zulu 1, Quebec, Zulu, November, Yankee, FedEx 516 Heavy. Alright, so O'Hare...
American 481, gate 3, request pushback.
And airport, standard taxi, so we want this guy. We don't have a SID. We don't have a star, so we need to worry about that. For the arrival,
Pushback
Indy,
approved, face southeast, American
we
481.
are going to be doing the Jack's arrival. The approach is going to be 23, right.
United 343
Airport
Heavy,
is
at gate 7.
there, bam.
Request pushback
Alright, so we have our
and engine
pins.
start.
And airport. O'Hare.
United 343 Heavy, O'Hare ground, pushback and engine start approved.
Alright, so
Face
we're
south.
here. We need to go to 28 right
Pushback
via
and engine
Zulu
start
1.
approved. Face south. United
Zulu 1
343
there.
Heavy.
Quebec. Zulu. All the way to November.
American 1219, request taxi
Right
to
here.
the active.
That's going to take us down yonder. And then around here. So that's what we're doing.
American
Pull out this
1219,
way.
runway 28 right
Cross,
taxi
cross,
via
cross,
Alpha
over,
17,
all the way down,
Lima,
and over
November, Yankee.
I normally depart right over here.
Runway 28 right taxi
Alright,
via Alpha.
parking brake
Alpha 17,
is
Lima,
auto
Lima,
good,
November,
passenger
Yankee.
signs are
American
good, flaps are
1219.
set, parking brake is full for parking brake, they're released, good to go. Clocks, how the hell you start the clock in this thing? Run, clock's going. Most important part, throttle up.
American 481, ready to taxi to the active.
American 481, runway 28 right
I wonder if
taxi
Forrest
via
is gonna
Alpha,
work on our
Alpha
sound pack
17,
for
Lima,
the
Lima,
777.
November, Yankee.
Alright, here we are,
Runway 28 right
November
taxi via
1.
Alpha 17, Lima, Lima,
I got my head tracking
November,
working, guys.
Yankee.
I got my head
American
track.
481.
Oh, no button. Alright. Zulu 1. Quebec. Down to Zulu. Ah, it's nice having my head tracker again.
Southwest 3437, gate Mike 18 taxi via Papa 2, Papa Echo Echo. Hold short runway 28 right.
Alright, here
Gate
is
Mike 18
Zulu.
via Papa 2,
So for
Papa,
those who've
Echo, Echo.
never
Hold short
experienced
runway
Beyond
28
ATC,
right, Southwest 3437.
the traffic you're hearing, or the ATC you're hearing is live
Southwest
traffic within, say,
3437, cross
sorry,
runway
within
28 center at
Beyond
Papa
ATC.
2.
Got to
Continue
turn on the taxi
via
lights.
Papa 2, Papa Echo Echo. Hold short runway 28 right.
So you're hearing those
Cross runway
comms,
28
those are
center at
planes on the
Papa
ground
2.
here within the
Continue
sim.
taxi
Now,
via
they
Papa
use
2, Papa,
data
Echo,
that
Echo.
is 5 hours
Hold short
ahead
runway
and 1 hour
28 right,
behind
Southwest
to
3437.
build up. Here's the Southwest, so that's the Southwest I was just talking, I think.
United 343 Heavy, taxi for departure.
So you see these double lines here? This one on the left is from the satellite imagery.
United
That's supposed to be
343
excluded
heavy,
at airports,
runway
but
28 right taxi via Alpha, Alpha
it's broken.
17, Lima Lima,
What's it broken?
November, Yankee.
Alright, altitude's looking good. Speed, we
All right,
are...
taxi to runway 28 right via Alpha.
140, 182, or what's it say?
November, Yankee,
162.
United 343 Heavy.
162 runway 22, 28, sorry, 28 right. All right, here's November, we're gonna take a right. You're thinking about getting the panels. Whoa, it's a tough plane to turn. All right, we do have to adjust our computers here because we were expecting a different runway. So departure 28 right.
Over to tower 132.7, American 1219.
Which then we have to adjust our V speeds. So we go thrust, takeoff, and then readjust these guys. Good to go. So I have the Honeycomb Alpha, the Honeycomb Bravo, the FMC from Windwing, the EFIS from Windwing, 2 stream decks. I have turtle beach pedals, which you can't see.
American 481, contact
What are you
O'Hare
using
Tower
now, Irishman? You're using that
132.7.
joystick, right?
Over to Tower 132.7, American 481.
That's a, what is that, 787? United up there?
United 2479, Gate 6, request pushback.
We got a plane coming in on the right.
United 2479, O'Hare ground, pushback approved.
O'Hare
face
ground.
south.
Pushback approved, face south. United
That good old
2479.
O'Hare. Gotta love him. Got a bunch of United over there. Now you may not be able to hear the sounds of this plane all that well. I have it turned down in the sim because else it's like super, super heavy. Oh, the flight deck. Yeah, the Turtle Beach I heard is pretty good. I heard the Turtle Beach is pretty good. I actually considered it because my Honeycomb, one of the biggest flaws with the Honeycomb is that inside where the axes are for the throttles and you know, props and
United
whatnot,
1862,
there's a
O'Hare
really
ground,
thin wire,
pushback
really
approved,
thin.
Face south.
And that wire eventually is going to
Face
snap
south, United 1862.
because it's fragile
American
and there's not a lot of wiggle room.
Via Papa 2,
So
Papa,
mine
Papa
eventually
4,
did. It took a
hold
while.
short runway
Like I've had
28
this
right.
quadrant for
Gate
4
Hotel
years.
16 via
And I think
Papa 2,
all of them, so
Papa,
each one of these
Papa
have a
4.
wire. Each one of them
Hold short
snapped at
runway
some
28
point.
right. American 1079.
It's easy to solder it back on. It's just a pain in the butt to
American
take it apart.
1079, cross runway
Where's that
28
United at?
center
I
at
lost
Papa
it.
2. Continue
at?
taxi via Papa 2, Papa Papa 4. Hold short runway
Watch out,
28
United.
right.
Watch out, United.
Cross runway 28
So many
center at
programming
Papa
issues?
2. Continue taxi via Papa 2, Papa, Papa 4. Hold short runway 28 right.
I have to adjust
American 1079.
one of the axes. There's American taking off, Southwest holding short.
United 2479, taxi
I
for
don't like
departure.
my head turn. It's not as sensitive as I like yet. Alright, we're going down to
United
Yankee.
2479,
Whoa,
runway
whoa,
28
United.
right,
Just
taxi
go
via
ahead.
Alpha,
Jump right in front of
Alpha
it. That's fine.
17, Lima Lima, November.
You got places to
Yankee.
be, I guess. It's fine.
Runway 28 right taxi via Alpha, Alpha 17 Lima
That's
Lima,
fine.
November, Yankee, United 2479.
Got a Korean Air. That's a big old plane. What is that plane? That's got to be the 787, right? In front of us, I don't know what's in front of us. 74?
United 1862, request taxi.
Alright, now we're getting down to the international area.
Southwest
Got a
3437,
Spirit out
cross
there in the
runway
distance.
28 right at Echo Echo. Continue taxi via Echo Echo Victor, Golf Golf Victor 5.
Cross runway 28 right at Echo Echo. Continue taxi via Echo Echo, Victor, Golf Golf, Victor 5, Southwest 3437.
It's been a while since I've actually done 2
United
8s right.
343 Heavy, contact O'Hare Tower
O'Hare.
132.7.
I can't get over
Contact
that.
Tower 132.7.
I gotta figure that out.
United 343 Heavy.
Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know
American
why.
1079, cross runway
Again, the
28
version I'm
right
using
at
is an
November 1.
experimental version,
Continue
so
taxi via Papa 4, November 1.
there will be
November,
issues.
Alpha 15, Alpha.
It should have though. It should have had me.
November 1. Continue taxi via
It should have had
Papa
me
4,
either stop or have them
November
stop.
1, November, Alpha
So yeah, I don't know
15,
why it didn't.
Alpha, American 1079.
All right, here we are at Yankee. I'll turn off the head tracking now for a little bit.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact O'Hare Tower 1 Tree 2.7. Have a good one.
Tower 132.7, FedEx 516 Heavy. Thanks, see ya. All right, so as you can see, we are here at Yankee. We're holding short 28 right, waiting for this United that is impatient.
Runway 28 right, cleared for takeoff. United 343 Heavy.
There's United. We'll roll up to hold short. We'll make our call. I'm going to pull all the way out on this one. This is a big-ass plane. O'Hare Tower, FedEx 516 Heavy, ready to go, 28 right. Alright, let's make sure we turn on our lights.
Hold short of 28 right, departing traffic.
Holding short 28 right, FedEx 516 Heavy. Alright, we're holding. Let's watch that United depart. They should give us a lineup momentarily.
FedEx 516 Heavy, runway 28 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, FedEx 516 Heavy. Alright, after 54 minutes of trying to get this plane in the sim, launched and ready to go, we are just about ready for departure. Checklist incomplete, no problem. Let's go on down here. And we're going to go, actually we got to go up here first. We're going to go to checklist. And we got to go click a couple buttons. And we're just going to override the checklist.
FedEx 516 Heavy, O'Hare Tower, wind tree 05 at 1 tree, gust 24, fly runway heading, runway 28 right, cleared for takeoff.
Checklist complete. Runway 28 right, cleared for takeoff, FedEx 516 Heavy. Alright, flying runway heading, and we're going to switch over the comms so that the autopilot, the co-pilot will handle it from now on, so I can focus on the flight.
Chicago departure.
Bring up them throttles.
343 Heavy. Take care.
Thanks everyone for your patience. Here we go. Toga set. Flaps checked. All good. Throttle's looking great. Alright, we're rotating at 146. Runway heading on departure. Let's get that heading in there as well. That's kind of important. Oh, way off. Rotating. Don't pull back too much on this plane. It's a long bird. Alright, positive rate, gear going up. Bring up that nose. It is also a powerful, powerful bird. Alright, we're flying runway heading until they give us otherwise. A little aggressive on the trim. Let's bring it down. Flaps going up. Bring our speed up to 250.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact Chicago departure.
Contact Chicago departure, FedEx 516 Heavy, see you.
Alright, heading over to departure.
Chicago
Cleared up to
departure,
5,000.
FedEx 516 Heavy, 3,700 feet.
I'm going all the way, because I think they're clear us up.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Chicago departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 1010,000, altimeter 2988.
Climb and maintain 1010,000, altimeter 2988, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Alright, let's bring in LNAV,
FedEx 516
BNAV.
Heavy, turn left, heading 150.
Turn left, heading 150, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Over to 150. Alright, and we're going to go AP on, as a lazy FedEx pilot does. Alright, flaps are up, checked, all good there. Gear is up, checked and good. This has the RTO automatically switched off, I believe.
Contact Chicago
Yes.
Center 120.35. See you.
Unlike the 737s.
Center on Chicago Center 120.35, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Alright, we're cleared for 10,000. Goodbye, Chicago.
Southwest 310, Chicago Center. Good day.
I hope they expand the satellite imagery
Flight level 390.
for Chicago, for the suburbs.
Maintain flight level 390.
There's such a drastic change here.
310.
Chicago Center, FedEx 516 Heavy. Good day through 7,700 feet for 1010,000.
So they might give us up to 17 now.
FedEx 516
Yep.
Heavy, Chicago Center. Good day. Climb, maintain 1717,000.
I didn't catch.
Climb, maintain 1717,000. FedEx 516 Heavy.
I didn't catch the altitude, else I would have adjusted it in
FedEx
SimBrief.
516 Heavy, turn left, heading 120.
Turn left, heading 120, FedEx 516 Heavy.
All right, so we're getting on to the earned
Frontier Flight
arrival,
1141,
or sorry,
contact
departure.
Chicago Center
And
132.5.
how do we get this guy to
Contact
readjust?
Chicago Center 132.5, Frontier Flight
There we go.
1141.
Now we should start climbing. And we are. Good. Okay. Alright, well, successful departure out of Chicago.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact Chicago Center 127.6.
Center on Chicago Center 127.6. FedEx 516 Heavy.
I don't know if that's a bug that they added in, or that was
Chicago
introduced,
Center, FedEx
or if it's
516
real.
Heavy, crossing 10,500
Center on 127.
feet for
That just seems so weird the way it's said.
17,000.
Technically not supposed to get on earned yet, but I'm gonna just let it do its thing, because I think we're gonna get it any second now. There it is.
Heavy, cleared direct earned. Resumo navigation.
Alright, we are on LNAV, we're on
Roger, we'll have
VNAV.
direct earned,
All's
then
good
resumo
there.
Navigation FedEx 516 Heavy.
Let's bring out
Thanks.
our...
You're very welcome.
You're very welcome. Okay, so we are expecting 23 right on the arrival, so let's go back down here.
Chicago Center 120.125. Have a good
Pinned
day.
SID departure star for the arrival, so on the arrival. We're coming on in here, and let's zoom in so I can see what it says. We're expecting 23 for the arrival. So 6,000, no, it's gonna be 7,000. So let's go take a look at our flight plan here. Jax, OP, goods in black. Okay, so okay. Okay, so here we are. So 6,000 is going to be our restriction. So once we get to 7,000, we'll pop in our 6,000 restriction.
Jax 2, runway 23 right.
Expect Jax 2, runway 23 right, FedEx 516 Heavy. So there is some FPS hits going on here. I don't know if it's loading in Midway. So there's Midway now. I don't know if it's because of loading in Midway, or if, since this plane is not fully optimized for 2024. Like, see, Chicago is just this little tiny section here that's photogrammetry.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact Chicago Center 132.5.
Little tiny area. Well, it's
Center
farther
on
out,
Chicago Center,
but
132.5,
it goes out to a hair. So it's
FedEx
this area here.
516
But I feel like
Heavy.
San Francisco, LA, and etc. You know, all these big cities
Chicago
are like
Center,
massive.
FedEx 516 Heavy, 17,000
All right,
feet.
we're at 7. So we're gonna pop in 6,000 for our altitude.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Chicago Center, roger.
This plane, like the 737, will automatically start its descent when
FedEx
it is time.
516 Heavy, descend via Jax. To arrival, Indianapolis landing runway. 23 right.
Top of descent is up there, so they already give us clearance to make our descent once we get up to
Descend via
Emily.
Jax 2 arrival. Indianapolis landing runway 23 right. Altimeter 29903, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Now, I do believe this plane automatically does the ILS as well, because there isn't one here.
Frontier Flight 1141, contact Chicago Center
This is for the comms.
132.905.
Contact Chicago Center 132.905, Frontier Flight 1141. Have a good day.
This plane actually works with the squawk. I just realized that as well. We're not seeing the traffic issue there. Okay, so I think this plane automatically does it. Nav radio. I guess we can verify by looking at the charts. So let's look over here to approach ILS 111.75. That is what's in my box, 111.75. 230 for the approach. There is no approach on this plane, so I'll grant there. Landing altitude, where do we put that in again? Landing altitude. I feel like that's automatically done too somewhere. I do know we have to do the checklist here when it gets to that point. I don't know. One thing that does not seem to work in this plane with 2024 is time acceleration. Because I was just doing a test. I was going to do a test flight yesterday to see. I was doing Miami to Orlando, and I was going to do time acceleration, but it did not work. It locked up the instruments. It locked up all the avionics. I could click buttons and whatnot, but I couldn't do anything else, so I couldn't see where I was going. And it could have been just a fluke, but I feel it was. I feel it's an issue actually with the plane. So I don't know if this plane is. Well, I guess I didn't try that with this 777 either. So it might just be a weird
FedEx
issue with that.
516 Heavy. Contact Chicago Center 132.905.
Contact Chicago Center 132.905. FedEx 516 Heavy.
All right, over to Chicago Center.
FedEx 516 Heavy. Descending via Jax 2, 17,000.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Chicago
FedEx.
Center. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. FedEx 516 Heavy.
There's some issues with the voice now, looks like. There's a few of them like that. I know they added a bunch of voices. So I think those new voices are the things that are causing issues. Alright, can we check weather on this guy? So let's go to home. Yep, arrival. Indianapolis, winds are 13 knots at 280. We got 19.0 and few at 250. Temperature 6, 293 for the altimeter. Pretty easy day there in Indy. It's a nice plane. Those engines are freaking huge. It looks like some of the issue. I don't know, it's kind of still there, right? Right here on the edges. I think that's just a model issue. Because I would find it weird if it was a DLS issue. Because there's nothing else anywhere telling me. Look how fat this plane is too. It's wild to think how far the engine is from the wing. Like, look at it from the top view here. Look how far it is from the actual wing. That's a crazy design. Say what you want about Boeing, because Boeing has had their issues, right? Obviously, the Max is a big issue with it, but like, the designers have done some pretty impressive stuff. To get a plane this heavy, this big, this long, with those gigantic engines mounted so forward of the wings, and then look at the wings themselves. It's a weird design. It's cool. I'm surprised Beyondatc has not given the option to set the computer up for you considering it wants to use SimBrief. Good. But now, hold on. I'm surprised Beyondatc has not given the option to set the computer up for you considering it wants you to use SimBrief. Oh, the turn off SimBrief? Ah, I see what you're saying. Well, I think that's going to come. I think that's part of the LLM thing. You know, LLM, and then they're working on traffic, continuously working on traffic, but then that's when the VFR stuff will come. So I think once they get VFR figured out, then you'll have the option to do SimBrief or not. My guess. My guess. Oh, I forgot to do landing lines, didn't I? One of the issues with starting at the runway that I've been finding, clearly as you've noticed with the 737, I'm missing steps. Okay, so we're getting, I don't know, top of climb, so the plane wanted us to go to 20 or 21.
Chicago Center, Southwest 310, flight level 351.
Okay, so now we do have a calculator on here, don't we? So let's go to our
Southwest
performance
310,
tool,
Chicago Center, copy.
landing en route, import from the flight plan. We're expecting runway 23 right. Good deal. Import the aircraft details, import the weather, calculate our landing. 152 for the V's. 152 for the V's, and we got plenty of runway. So that's cool. And we can also look at our charts himself again. So that's not what I wanted. Airport Indy. Alright, so runway 23 right, which I'm very familiar with. This is 23 right. We're going to probably exit. Well, the charts are showing we'd probably be stopping here. So we might have to get Bravo 11 and swing all the way down. But actually, this is just like our last FedEx flight. What was that flight? Oh, the 300. The Airbus A300. We took Bravo all the way down to Papa and crossed Charlie 1, Delta 1, and then FedEx parks right on over here. Now I know why this flight's so familiar. This was the Airbus 300 flight. Talking about setting up your route in the FMC, kind of like EFB, where you can send it. Oh, I see. Well, but there's problems with that, though. I don't know. So the FMCs, I think those are locked. I think the devs lock this stuff here. So I don't think. So Beyondatc uses SimConnect. That's how it gets the information from the sim. So it's gathering the speed, the altitude, location, type of aircraft, right? Very basic information. That's what all of them do. FSOC intentions. That's what they do. They're grabbing all the information from SimConnect. Anything they need, that's what they're grabbing. But this is custom built by Pmdg. I don't think you can get access that information. So I don't think Beyondatc can gather anything from that. I see what you're saying, though. That would be interesting. But then you would still need to know a flight plan. Okay, we got something going on here. I'm seeing a hold pattern.
Chicago Center.
We're not holding.
1862. Good day.
I refuse.
Flight level 260.
That must be that hold there. Okay, so that's just overlapping that.
United
There's no other holds coming up.
Chicago Center, roger.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying.
FedEx 516 Heavy. Contact Chicago Center 12.
Okay, we're past top of descent, so why are we not descending?
Contact Chicago Center 123.85. FedEx 516 Heavy.
Are we having the same problem?
Chicago Center, FedEx 516 Heavy. Good day, descending via JOX 2 17
I think we're having the same problem. Well, let's see. Actually, they want us at 13.
516 Heavy, Chicago Center.
Okay, so we're at top of descent. I guess it would have been for the flight level in the system. So we're gonna hold off because at OP 11. Okay, it's coming down now. We can see our flight plan. Okay, cool. It's working. And we should start descending once we see the purple arrow get past this line. We should, there it goes. Cool. That way Beyondatc can recognize what you're doing without having to program it
Contact Chicago
yourself.
Center 125.375.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Irishman, but the problem with doing that,
Southwest 2900.
they might be able to access it the in-game EFB. Maybe if you program it through there. Well, I guess that's locked up too, from what I've seen from Microsoft. Like, they're locking down a lot of stuff. But, so the thing about SimBrief that's beneficial is that SimBrief will 95% of the time do the real world route that's currently going on with current weather conditions.
Frontier Flight 1141. Good day. Flight
Obviously,
level
sometimes in
364.
flight, depending on how long your flight, runways do change, and Beyondatc will then get the latest ATIS information that it has and may readjust your route. So if the wind's shifted here in Indy, it may shift us to a different runway. And I've had that happen with Beyondatc, which is really, really cool. It says something like, we'd like to make an amendment to your flight or a correction to your flight plan or something like that, and it gives me a new runway. But I normally do so short of a hop that the weather changing is so far in between. Now, right now, Indy is saying this is a runway to land on, but the winds are 14.
Heavy, contact Indianapolis approach 128.175.
So it's not ideal,
Have a good one.
but is...
Contact
so I would assume
Indianapolis
this runway is
approach.
probably going to be
FedEx
changing at some
516
point.
Heavy, have a good one.
Real life. Let's see if we
Indianapolis
have a
approach.
digital ATIS.
FedEx 516 Heavy,
for Indy.
14,100 feet.
So this
We have
is
Kilo on board.
datis.cloud.io. So let's see. This is real world stuff here. Information Yankee is currently available. We expect parallel ILS is 23 right and 23 left. So this is real world approaches that is being used right now. So it is correct. What SimBrief gave us and what Beyondatc has given us is real world. This is what the planes are landing at. And O'Hare, we departed 28 right. O'Hare is, let's see, visual, vectors, ILS is 27 center, approach, visuals, approach 27 right, visuals 28 center, land, hold, operations, arrival plans, thresholds, blah, blah, blah. Departures, expect 22 left, 27 left from Tango Tango, runway 4 left, 22 right, closed, runway 10 right, closed, 28 right, left closed, pilots you, there's birds in the vicinity. So I don't see 28 right, which was our departure. 22 left, which is what I'm familiar with, 27 left. So we departed from 28 right, which was interesting. But it might be because Chicago's so screwed up. Chicago's a complex airport. It's just stupid. Don't scuff the landing. SimBrief is in the EFB, correct? Well, it is. It's a plugin. It's a plugin, but it's all through SimBrief still. Sorry to hear that. Joe don't know how to talk sometimes. Alright, lights are coming on for the arrival. Yeah, it is in the EFB, but it is using SimBrief still. So you have to log into your SimBrief account, which is encrypted. Well, your account is encrypted. I don't know if your flight plan's not. Because well... I'm trying to think of another third party that can access SimBrief, but not going through SimConnect. But to do that, you have to log into Navigraph, so it knows it. You can't just put in... Well... VATSIM. VATSIM, you put in your pilot ID, right? When you file your flight... Or no, you send it... No, you connect... With VATSIM, you connect the flight plan in SimBrief to VATSIM. So that wouldn't work either. Yeah, I don't know if the way you're saying Irishman, I don't know if that would work. I do see what I understand what you're saying, but I think that is where the VFR would come in. But you wouldn't be able to do it through the EF or the FMC. With the G1000s, in theory, yes. Big in theory, though. All right, what kind of traffic do we have going on here in Indy? Give it a couple seconds to load on up. We have 74 aircrafts around us. There we are. And Indy has one aircraft, looks like landing or at the airport. What's going on? Nothing departing. Get rid of this center on me. Where's our airport? Where are you at, Indy? The heck is the airport? Oh, here. Alright, we got a bunch of planes on the ground. There is a FedEx plane. No, what is that? What is that? SWQ? What is SWQ? Arrow? Arrow? Arrow, yeah, Arrow. Swiss flight. Why are they parked at FedEx? Swift Air Fleet. Never heard of them. Interesting. Well, they're parked where FedEx is parked. Alright, looking good. We should be making our turn soon. And then we're vectored. Looking good. Okay. Why not create in SimBrief in the EFB and then send to the avionics? So, the problem with that, not all aircrafts have that ability. Southwest knockoff? Not all aircrafts have that capability. And it's up to the developer to add that capability into the aircraft. I think it's by default with all of the Sobos planes. I don't know if the Init Builds plane will do it. So and the PMDGs do not. I don't believe the Phoenix does either. Only select planes have that capability, and not even all default apparently. Okay, here we are on the arrival after Zors. We will get vectored in for the arrival, swing on in. So we'll keep this chart. Here we are, looking good. Speed's good. 152 on the arrival. This plane hauls so much butt. Only 35 minutes. That's incredible. Unless the timers or the clock stopped. Well, it looks like it's right. I'm trying to pick your brain. I would like every single plane to have that capability. I would love to have every single plane have the send the avionics. For beginners, you know, or if you're just not feeling it.
FedEx 516 Heavy, leave Zosar heading 050. Expect radar vectors for visual approach, runway 23 right.
Leave
Alright,
Zosar
webcam
heading
come back on.
050. Expect radar vectors for visual approach. Runway 23 right, FedEx 516 Heavy.
050. So we're gonna maintain where we are.
FedEx 516 Heavy, turn right, heading 050, vectors for the approach.
Turn right, heading 050, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Alright, we haven't got
FedEx
no clearance. Oh,
Heavy,
there it is.
descend, maintain 5,000 feet, altimeter 2996.
Descend, maintain 5,000 feet. Altimeter 2996, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Alright, we're making our descent. This plane is a little slow to get down. Alright, so at our arrival here, which I don't remember what it was called. Driver or racing? Are we going to racing first and then driver? No, it's driver first. Driver want to be at 4,000. At least it make it easier for those who don't have patience. Yeah, I think it would be great to have the sending avionics would be really nice for those who just don't want to learn it, who doesn't have the time to learn it.
516 heavy, turn right heading 155, intercept the 23 right localizer, descend, maintain 3,800.
Turn right, heading 155. Intercept the 23 right localizer. Descend, maintain 3,800, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Okie dokie. Alright, we have loc and approach on there for arming, so we'll loc the localizer. We'll loc the localizer, folks. Good old locers. Alright, we're descending a little too much now, so I'm going to bring back the V's. The V speed at, let's say 500 should work. I can go either way. Some days I want to jump in and fly, especially if a person doesn't have an hour to set things up. Yeah, I get you. I 100% get you. And that's why, like, if you watch any of my streams and my videos, I do the bare minimum. It's no more than like 8 minutes getting things going.
FedEx 516 Heavy, airport is at your 2 o'clock, 15 miles. Report the field in sight.
Right there. Field in sight, FedEx 516 Heavy.
FedEx 516 Heavy, cleared visual approach, runway 23
Alright,
right.
we'll go to my comms now. I'll handle it. Cleared for the visual, 23 right, FedEx 516 Heavy. Okay, we have localizer captured. Fantastic. Approach is now armed. Checked, good. Once the purple little diamond there's connects with this middle line, glide slope will then be connected. It's currently white. Once it turns green, that means we have it. We have our own speeds now, so let's go ahead and reduce that. Let's go down to where are we at? We're 10 nautical miles out. Let's go 190. Well, it's 180 for now. And we're landing. We're expecting 152, wasn't it? 156, 164.
Heavy, contact Indy Tower 120.9er.
Over the tower, FedEx 516 Heavy, see ya.
Negative, tower on
screwed that up.
120.9er.
Over to tower 120.9, FedEx 516 Heavy, see ya. Alright, so bring down flaps. Yeah, no, Irishman, that's why, like, I'm working on doing a beginner's guide to SimBrief and Navigraph and trying to find ways to make it as quick to do, but yet, you know, retain the knowledge. Because I know not everyone wants to do the whole, you know, the whole setup, the whole cold and dark setup. So if I can find a way to make it so you can easily get into the aircraft from cold and dark, if that's what you want to do, and not take ages to get it set up, you know, that'd be awesome. That's my ultimate goal. And I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to do it. Alright, 6 nautical miles out, 164. And we are on tower. Oh, I didn't make my announcement, huh? Indy Tower, FedEx 516 Heavy on the visual, 23 right.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Indy Tower, wind 285 at 18, gust 23, runway 23 right, cleared to land.
23 right, cleared to land, FedEx 516 Heavy. Alright, altimeter sec checked. Okay, flaps coming down. What's our flap supposed to be set for landing? I don't have it programmed in there for 30, it looks like. Alright, reduce our speed, going down to 156. Actually, we can go down +5, so 152. Alright, AP is off my aircraft. Let's not die. Alright, the headwind's pushing it. A little bit of trim down. Watching that diamond. Engines are roaring with that wind. 20 knot wind. We have a crosswind. Oh, I didn't do the checklist. Not a crosswind. I didn't complete the checklist for the arrival. Okay, a little high. We're coming on down. A little off the center line. Let's get back on course. It's a little bit of crosswind. Yeah, sure is. It's swinging over. It's a big plane, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, I'm just going visual at this point. Reversers out. We got 2 center lines. Yeah, I don't think reversers are working in this plane either. So we're just using those brakes to slow us down gently. If they're working, they're not very loud. All right.
FedEx 516
made Bravo
Heavy, exit next
7.
available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway, FedEx 516 Heavy. Alright, flaps coming up. Welcome to Indy.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact ground 121.9er. Take care.
Over to ground 121.9, FedEx 516 Heavy, see ya. Alright, so landing lights are off. Runway lights are off. We have a caution because I didn't do the checklist. I always forget with this plane you do have to do that checklist. Indy ground, good morning from FedEx 516 Heavy. We are on Bravo. Would like to taxi to FedEx cargo ramp. Let's see if it knows that. Probably doesn't.
FedEx 516 Heavy, welcome to Indianapolis Airport. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Let's see. We have gates. I don't know where cargo. I don't know where it is. We like to go to cargo ramp 1. Let's see if it knows that.
FedEx 516 Heavy. Unfortunately, cargo ramp 1 isn't available at this airport. Please choose another.
Let me find it. Give me 1 second. I don't remember what it's called. Cargo ramp. Let's go 6. How about cargo ramp 6, FedEx 516 Heavy?
FedEx 516 Heavy,
Doesn't
cargo
exist.
ramp 6 doesn't exist at Indianapolis. Please select another.
Alright, so it's called something. I gotta look through the list here. Gates, 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 gates. Whole bunch of gates. Huh. It doesn't have... maybe it's 100. Let's try that. Well, gate 101, FedEx 516 Heavy. I don't know where the hell it's going to send us.
FedEx 516 Heavy, gate 101 taxi via Bravo. Romeo, Charlie, Delta 3, Delta.
Gate 101 via Bravo, Romeo, Charlie, Delta 3, Delta, 516 Heavy. Okay, where is that? Bravo. Okay, we were supposed to turn back behind us. Romeo, Delta. Delta 3. Yeah, it was all behind us, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it was all behind us. Yeah, that's my only issue with Beyondatc is you cannot ask for your gate earlier. I think you... Well, no, you can't even do it on approach or at tower. You have to wait until you're on the ground. I do wish you could do that. Oh, we're getting some major Oh no, never mind. So it's giving us gate 101. Which definitely isn't that's definitely not where we want to go. I don't know what they call it in Beyondatc. We got it right with the A300. Yeah, I've been there. See, that's what I'm saying. Like when we did the 300, it brought us to the right gate. So for some reason, it doesn't know. It doesn't know that we're FedEx. Because last time it had us up here at gate 6, I think it was, our cargo ramp 6. But when I looked through the list of gates with Beyondatc, it wasn't on there. Gate 101 is like, if you look on the map here, it's trying to have us go way down here, wherever the hell that is. That's not where we want to go. We want to go here. One of these guys. So, oh well. Gate assignments seem to be really messed. Every time I ask for a gate, it tells me it doesn't exist. Yeah, and I know, like, they go off of the scenery. So whatever scenery you're using, and if the scenery, if the developer didn't put in the correct gates, or didn't do it in the right format, Beyondatc can't read it. I think this loading stuff, this is from the satellite imagery, so that's sim update beta 1. That's not flight sim itself, that's just the beta issue, so disregard all that issue. Alright folks, we're going to do another flight. What shall we take? What plane shall we take? Jay, welcome in as well. I didn't see you earlier, sorry. Trying to figure out this gate stuff. I'm guessing Jay's going to recommend we take an Airbus. I'm not against taking a 319 or 320 anywhere. We can do the 300 as well, I suppose. Or we can go into the 737 again. What say you? 747? I don't have a 747. Well, I think, no, the sim has 787, right? I don't, does it have a 747? Chicago, so yeah. Okay. Alright, here we are parked at whatever gate this is. You're in the Sky Carrier. Ooh, nice. Sky Carrier is a really fun plane. Well, anyways, there's a 737. As you can see, it works in Flight Sim 2024. Some issues here and there, but obviously it's not meant to be in the sim right now. But it does, in fact, work. This is a really cool airport as well. Jay, you remember, you know who makes this one, right? I forget. There are so many airport designers, and I forget who makes what. 787 Chicago to Frankfurt. How about an aircraft that I know how to fly? The Dreamliner? Yeah, no, I don't fly the Dreamliner. So we have the 737 or the 320s or the 300. We'll narrow it down to that. I could try the CRJ, but I'm afraid it's not going to load fast. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn off the engines. Am I going to get credit for that flight with Newsky? Oh well. And Beyondatc with this beta version crashes when you exit it. Let's throw... Can I throw up equip pole? Plane. Alright, so we're going to do 737, we're going to do the A319, we'll do the A320, and then we'll throw in the A300. Alright, poll is up for the people who want to vote. Route will be dependent on the flight itself. I like to use a website called iFly Schedules. of a tie race between two planes. Try something different. I would, but it's just going to take me time to learn it. I've not flown the 787, so I don't want to try that one. It's going to be a disaster. The 6-inch. 300's winning. I don't have the 2020 version of the 300, so I'm gonna have that the beacon issue. Yeah, just put them in the community folder. Just in the community folder. We like disaster. Alright, looks like it's going to be the 300. So, I guess we'll do another... Do I have... yeah, FedEx working, right? We do another FedEx flight. Let's see what we can do. So, let's see... Oh, FedEx? Yeah, there it is. Let's see what it generates for us. Tampa to Memphis, Tampa to Miami, or Memphis to Miami, sorry, Miami, Memphis. I don't know what that is. MDT, is that Maryland? And, oh, Harrisburg. Do I have an add-on for Harrisburg? Oh, I sure do. Alright. I think that's going to be the flight. What was it? Boston to Harrisburg. I like that. Alright. Yep. Alright. So, 301. So, 300 works in 2024 without too much of an issue. I think it automatically selects the FedEx plane for me, right? Right. Alright, so this is the premium version of the 300. This one works default in 2024. Irishman, so here I'm going to set up, well, I'm going to use the, hey, thanks for the gifted subscription, Irishman. I'm going to set up the FMC.
I
So,
can't believe this.
if you don't know how to set up the if you don't know, some planes have it so you can import the SimGrease profile by default.
This.
So that's another thing also, Irishman.
I can't believe this.
Alright, Memphis to Harrisburg. The 300. We're using the init builds. This was, what one was this? The GE, right? Which one was this? What did I pick?
I can't believe this.
GE. Why isn't that not recycling? GE version. Okay, cool. Thanks again for that, Irishman. Alright, so, we're doing Memphis. Oh, missed an M. And... okay, cool. So, the 300, init builds, good. Generate the flight. Memphis, we are departing which runway? 36 left. That is down here. Get a long ass taxi again. So we're gonna go here. I'm not gonna use Newsky on this one. So because of that, let me go to Malanta and end the flight so that it can pick up the new flight. I'm not gonna use it because it does. I'm not gonna use the beacon. No beacon on this flight because of the known issue. I appreciate Irishman. I try. Give back to the community. I have a lot of fun with Flight Sim, and so part of my thing is I want to give it back to the community as much as I possibly can. I have a really interesting idea for the next, or for one of my next videos. And I'll give you a little spoiler here in a second. So here we are on the outside. Oh, this plane is getting some FPS hits here too. Alright, here's a beautiful A300. I love that this plane just looks old. I love that it just looks old. It's just a hunk of metal. How do I get back to top? There you go. Alright. That's off. Good. Okay. So with this plane, the first thing you want to do is go on over here, My Flights, and import from SimBrief. I am going to get my... What the hell? Google keeps kicking me out. I don't know why. Give me a second, sorry. What the hell is going on here? My, for some reason, my YouTube account, my Google account, is like, it keeps on asking me to verify every so often. And I'm unsure why it's doing that. You download the beta now? Awesome. It's so weirdly weird. Okay, I think I'm back in. I gotta figure out what the hell's going on. %. It takes a while. Okay, now that I'm back in to freaking Google, I have my little checklist I'm going to use to get me going here. Okay, so we got that going there. Good deal. We're going to go up here. I'm going to go to external power. Batteries 1, 2, 3 are on. IRSs are next. Good. And then lights are next after that. And again, I'm not going to do the beacon, so that's on. No strobe, no beacon, no nav. We're not going to do any of that. We'll do the wing light, though, because I think that works. With the window heats are coming on, and just do all this now. Compass lights on. Good. And seatbelts and smokings, we already have that. EFBs will do that next. We'll do the APU pump now, though. So on, we're going to wait for it a couple seconds and start the APU. Okay, go over here to the tablet. We're going to go to wait. We're going to be postal, And we're going to update it from SimBrief and apply it to the aircraft. And we're going to do that and hit finish. Okay. Then we're going to go over to takeoff and we're going to sync it, calculate it. And now we have our V speeds. We're going to go back to our go back to our weights. We're going to need this number here, 3050. So if I could try to remember 3050, that'd be great. Probably won't be able to. All right, when we're here, we can click that, click that, click that. Okay, we can go to menu, aid cars, and this is what I'm talking about Irishman. With the 300, it's really cool because we just request it from the from SimBrief, it automatically adds it in there for you. So you don't have to set anything up. Align the IRSs, bam. All right, flight plan is ready to go. Next page, we can verify. So we can click this little button here, click this little button here, and we have to add in this, which was 3050. Bam. Unable to cruise, that's fine. And then we can go to init. That's all looking grand there. Flight plan is all there. Takeoff and departure, V's. All right, so back over here, 143, 146. Oops. 143, 146. Bam. Okay, V's are in there. Beautiful. Clear out all those. And back to flight plan, Memphis, SID. We're departing 36 left. Alright, did I miss it? Whoops. Shoot, wrong button. Let's return. SID. Center left good. Where's the previous page? I guess I just gotta go up this way. Oh, there it is. Alright, 36 left. The Gene 7. Gene 7. And New Yid, I guess. Alright, insert that. I'm going to swing all the way down to the bottom. It's an old plane. Harrisburg, star, runway 31 is our expected arrival. Return. Return. And, oh, that didn't work. Let's go back. Star, runway 31. Oh, no transition. That's why. Alright, insert. Okay, cool. Computers are set up, ready for departure with that. We're then going to go to this guy here, and we're going to go to -5. We're also going to go up here and throw on our yaw dampers and pitch stuff. Cool. We're going to do our pumps all checked and good. Okie dokie. APU is good as well, so APU bleed is on. So that's all grand there. I'm going to go altimeter, which weather, live weather. So I'm having issues with live weather staying on. So I got to figure that out too with this beta. All right, next we're going to load up Beyondatc. We'll get the webcam going so I don't forget. Speeds are 250. So this plane unfortunately doesn't have the lights showing up here on the FMC. That's unfortunate. I just go up to 210. Oh, grand. There I heard Beyondatc rolling, so click the little fly button. That's going to load up stuff in the background there. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, I thought something froze. Okay. That's good. We're just waiting for Beyondatc to fully connect.
Beyondatc connected.
Altimeter's been checked and good. We can click this little button here. Good deal. Alright, back over here, we can go and to ground equipment, remove this stuff here. Because we have the APU fired up, so that's cool. And now we'll let Beyondatc do the comms for this flight, because I don't feel like talking no more.
FedEx 516 Heavy, on our way to Harrisburg Airport.
Where'd you get all the different tablets? So each plane has its own tablet. So this plane
FedEx
has it built
516
into
Heavy,
it.
Memphis clearance cleared to Harrisburg. Janae 7 departure, new in transition, then is filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 124.65. Squawk 5255.
Cleared to Harrisburg. Janae 7 departure, new in transition, then is filed. Maintain 4,000 feet, departure frequency 124.65. Squawk 5255. FedEx 516 Heavy.
Oh, holy crap. Hold on.
FedEx 516 Heavy, read back correct.
This is a 737
Contact ground
knock-off flight?
121.65 when
Can't be
ready for
right.
pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.65 when ready for pushback or engine start.
I didn't check the distance.
FedEx 516 Heavy.
Jeez, this is a long haul. I didn't want to do a long haul. Oh well. Oh, we already
FedEx
committed.
516 Heavy request startup.
FedEx 516 Heavy
All
startup
right,
approved.
pumps are
Full,
good. We're
ready
going to
for
go
taxi.
this over to crank 1.
Affirm
Number
engine
2.
start approved. FedEx 516
It's going to go
Heavy.
to open. We're going to go down here and watch our NGs. Or sorry, N2s, not NGs. And we got N20 there, so that's good. Going to go to 2 spoiler brakes are armed. And we're going to go back over here real quick because we need to see what our takeoff trim is going to be, which is 0.2 down. So if we go over here, go down a little bit, and 0.2 down looks about right. We're going to hear a click in just a moment. That means engine 2 is on board. Oh, we're getting some really bad frames in here. Alright, and then we're going to go to pushback tool. Oh, I forgot this plane. I need to use my props need to be up. Pushback into there. Good. Release the parking brake. Request to pushback and hold. Good. Alright, now the engine should start working. Hopefully. I didn't hear a click. That concerns me a little bit. Alright, engine number 1 then, we'll come that up. A little concerned I didn't hear a click. Waiting for the 20 to come in. Alright, engine 1 coming on board. Get the clock rolling.
FedEx 626 Heavy, cargo 771 taxi via Mike 4, November. Hold short runway
Alright, there's a
9er.
flip over there, so that's good.
Cargo 771 via Mike 4, November. Hold
Looks like
short
engine
runway
2
9er,
is
FedEx
good.
626 Heavy.
So we're gonna see what happens now is the question mark. So we're gonna go this over to condition. Galley's on. APU bleed is off. And master switch is off. We're gonna see if the engine stays powered up. Gonna get our
FedEx
taxi clearance.
516 Heavy, ready to taxi to the active.
No.
FedEx 516 Heavy,
Kip, are you
runway
talking
18
about
right,
the
taxi via
777?
November, Mike 9er,
It's
Alpha
just
2.
using the trick.
Hold short runway 9er.
It's just using the 737 trick. Now we're in the
All right, we'll
300.
taxi to runway 18 right via November, Mike 9er. Alpha 2.
18 right.
Hold short runway 9er, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Switch runways on us. 18 right. Son of a gun. The flight went pretty good, Kip. That was the first flight. Went pretty good. I was having some issues with this, with the my sim, though. I had to clear out... Well, no, actually, what was it? Oakland. For some reason, my Oakland add-on doesn't work. 18 right. Everything else should be the same, though. Alright, we got our clearance for departure. This aircraft has charts, right? Memphis Airport. Are they pinned automatically? No. Of course they're not. Airport information. Alright, so here we are. We're taxiing via November, which is down yonder, to Mike, which is where? Here's Mike. Oh, that's an easy taxi. So we're going to go right there. We're going to hold short here. Alright, cool. Alright, I think we're good. A little bit of throttle up. Flaps and slats are coming down. Yeah, so Kip, I'm sure you know this, but like the 777, the 737, if you're having the issue where the yoke is all the way to the right, like that, if you go into the 2020 folder, where the app data folder, and delete pretty much the WASMs, that should fix that issue. And if you go do the same thing in the 2024 folder, again the app data folder, and go into the WASM folder and delete the 777 and the 737 if they're in there, that should rectify that issue. And then just load up at a gate, or sorry, load up at a runway, and then slew over to where you want to go, and from that point you can just turn off things. It's not ideal, but it, you know, it works. Oh yeah, it wasn't, I think it's Jay telling me that I should have switched over to the 2020 version of this plane, because the glare isn't there as well. Alright, here we are holding short 9.
FedEx 516 Heavy. Hold position for traffic.
Oh, there's a plane coming our way.
Hold
I haven't tried any Pmdgs yet. Thought they released. No, sorry. Not yet. Not yet.
FedEx 516 Heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, FedEx 516 Heavy.
On here. Let's go. Is that plane coming towards
FedEx
us?
516 Heavy, cross runway 9er at November.
A little concerned.
Continue taxi via
Oh,
November.
FedExes are all coming in here.
9er, Alpha 2.
I thought about switching over to FS Traffic.
Continue taxi via November Mike 9er Alpha 2,
boy.
FedEx 516 Heavy.
I don't know where this plane's going though. But FS Traffic doesn't have the cargo planes, so I wouldn't see any of these FedExes. Alright, where are you going, buddy? Showdown time. Just another plane just doesn't give a crap about us today. Oh, they're stopping. We're just gonna go through them. Definitely with the experimental version, I think there's more issues with traffic. Again, the experimental version is with the LOM, so those who are watching, this isn't, you know, the
Hold short runway 9er.
what's the
Cargo 751
regular version? I can't think of the name right now. These candidate version for Beyond ATC. So there will potentially be issues as you're seeing with traffic.
FedEx 626 Heavy, cross runway 9er.
Alright, Mike
November.
9,
Continue taxi
and
via
then
November.
Alpha 2.
Cross runway 9er at
Alpha
November.
2.
Continue taxi via November. FedEx 626 Heavy.
Alpha 2 seems weird. But Mike 9's up here. Alright, here's Mike 9.
FedEx 516 Heavy. Contact
That Alpha
Memphis
2
Tower
kind of
128.425.
should be in there.
Contact Tower 128.425, FedEx
Alright,
516
I also forgot to,
Heavy.
you know, do my wonderful taxi lights because I'm a terrible pilot. Terrible pilot. Alright, landing lights on, and gonna switch that to takeoff now. We're gonna keep this ropes off so we don't have to worry about the FPS drop. And we're ready for departure at this
FedEx
point.
516 Heavy, holding short runway 18 right.
Oh, I forgot to do freaking flex. Oh my gosh.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Memphis
Terrible
Tower,
pilot today.
1310 at 5. Our nav to
Flex is
Rebeses, runway
53.
18 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 18 right, our nav to ribs, cleared for takeoff. FedEx 516 Heavy.
Our nav to ribs. Alright, let's check our thing, because I don't know if ribs is even in here. I think something got screwed up with that runway change. Yeah. Alright, let's just verify what they were giving us initially. Alright, so runway 18 right, we have that set in there. Gene departure. There's Gene. And that's right, so maybe these didn't carry over properly, so let's pop that in there again. There's, okay, yeah, now we're cooking. These are in there, checked, good. Alright, let's go flying. Take off, our landing lights are on, good, let's go. Alright, 18 right. Cleared to ribs, which is just straight ahead. Let's bring up the throttle. Let's toggle it. Looking good. There is all kinds of FedExes here. Rotate 143. I do miss callouts when I'm flying this plane. And there's 143, let's pull back. A little bit of a, I don't think we should be departing from this runway, but that's fine. Alright, we are positive rate of climb, gear going up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna uninstall the premium version of this plane and go back to 2020 version.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact Memphis
Mostly
departure.
because the glare. The glare is
Contact
just
Memphis
aggressive.
departure, FedEx 516 Heavy. Memphis departure, FedEx 516 Heavy, 1,000 feet.
Slats and flaps coming on up.
FedEx 516
Clear to
Heavy, Memphis
4,000.
departure, good day, radar contact, climb, maintain 17,000 feet.
17 now.
Climb maintain 17,000 feet. FedEx 516 Heavy.
17 in the box. And we'll just climb up this departure. I might actually do, I might do time acceleration. I didn't know this was a 700 nautical mile flight. That's a long flight. Alright, let's go to profile, nav. We're still hand flying it, but now we're going to fly via the flight director. It is a fun plane to hand fly. I remember when this first came out, it took me quite a while to learn it, but once I got comfortable with it, I didn't want to fly any other plane for a while. And that says a lot, because I was super addicted to that 737. Nice smooth departure here. And get back on course. We'll also check to see if the beacon thing is an issue still, even though I don't have it on. The bacon issue. Alright, I think we'll get rid of the webcam for now. The trim a little bit. It's crazy though, going from the 777 into this plane, you know, going from a plane that is so much glass in the cockpit.
All aircraft be advised, information Charlie now current, altimeter tree 014.
New age aircraft to this old gauges aircraft. It's crazy. Alright, coming up on 10,000. up here and retract our landings. Taxis are all off. Good. You know, what's interesting about Oakland, now I'm thinking about it, because I remember one of the first flights I did when I started dropping in my sceneries into 2024 was a flight into Oakland. I want to say I left San Francisco. But either way, upon landing, well, upon coming into Oakland, I noticed that there were no terminals. It was empty. There were runways, but there were no buildings anywhere. So I exited and went back into it after I landed, and I just parked somewhere. And I tried to load back into it, and I was able to, but again, no buildings. So I exit the sim and tried it again, and then the building showed up. And I know that happens sometimes. For example, I flew into San Francisco not too long ago, and the same thing happened. No buildings. Like, it just fails to sometimes load the cloud information. Although that shouldn't be cloud, because that's local. I have an add-on for that, the BW add-on, I think. I can't remember. Alright, so we're going to go AP on. Hands off the yoke. And we're flying. Okay, so I did say I have an idea for a new video. I'm going to work on a video talking about developers that have questionable backgrounds. Questionable backgrounds. So whether it's a aircraft developer,
Center on Memphis Center,
scenery developer, or some other add-on for flight sim, or even hardware. So I'm going to pull and look for
Center, FedEx
ones that
Heavy,
new users, new consumers, or even current ones
7,000 feet, direct base
maybe should distance themselves away from some of these developers.
Heavy, Memphis Center. Good day, climb, maintain
or
flight
go
level
into it with
350.
caution. I should say, go into it with caution. Because, I know one if you're used to flight sim, know of flight sim enough, you might have heard of Captain Sim. It's been around. They've been around for a very long time, and they've developed aircrafts for flight sim, and also flight sim 2020, and nothing I don't think for 2024 yet, unless they ported them over already, which wouldn't surprise me. Climbing up to 3.5. But with their stuff, the reason why they have been known to be questionable within the flight sim community is because their external aircraft looks fine. It's not super high quality, but it looks fine from a distance, and some things up close can look really good too. But some of their planes have used, for example, the internal cockpit of another aircraft. And I'm just giving an example. I don't know if this is true in case, but whatever. So let's say their 727 is using a 787 cockpit. Is using the default Asobo cockpit. Or their 350 aircraft is using the default A320 cockpit. That kind of thing. And so that's a little shady. But at the same time, not everyone wants a super high fidelity aircraft. Irishman was talking about earlier how they like to sometimes just jump into an aircraft and go flying. And that's perfectly fine, and that's great to have those options. But I also do believe when it comes to, for example, Captain Sim, that they should at least have some sort of notation that the product you're getting is not high fidelity. So maybe in the Microsoft Marketplace, within the Sim Marketplace, they can have like a little icon that shows, high fidelity, or whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, low fidelity, whatever they want to use. It's got to be a better word than low fidelity, because that just sounds awful.
Memphis Center 134.65.
But not everyone wants to have a high fidelity aircraft, and I totally
Memphis
get
Center
that. Not everyone needs a high quality
FedEx
scenery.
516 Heavy,
I totally get that
day.
as well. There are opportunities for some
Memphis
developers,
Center, FedEx
but I do feel
516
that
Heavy, leaving flight level 19 or 8 for flight level 350.
Well, people will see a title. You know, I remember, so
Heavy, Memphis Center.
there was an E-Jet that came out before the Flight Sim Studios E-Jet came out. There was an E-Jet that came out, and it's pretty rubbish. It's pretty rubbish. The Flight Sim one isn't amazing, but seeing what they've done over the past year and a half or so has been pretty good. They've made some good progress with it, and there are obviously major opportunities with it. But it's an aircraft that looks really good. The visuals are really good. The internal panel looks really, really good. It's missing features, but the plane is fine, you know, and for the price tag, it's pretty decent. But the other one is not. There's question marks with that one quite a bit. The external has some really low quality work. The internal has some really low quality stuff. A lot of the internal cockpit is being used from other aircrafts. So, you know, but it's priced at a really good price tag. It's like $15, $10, whatever it is. It's really low priced. So you are getting a low priced item, but it's also low quality in that regards as well. Whereas if you look at what what's it called, Simworks Studios have done with the PC-12, with the vans, with the Kodiak, the upcoming air van. You know, all their aircrafts are very good price, very, very good price, and they're very high quality stuff. So they found a way, and they're all GA aircraft, so I know sometimes that could take less time to make, less resources, less development, and all that jazz. But they price them extremely well for the high quality work that they do.
Center on Memphis Center 120.075.
Anyways, that's what's coming up down the road here.
JetBlue 215.
Investigative journalism. Alright, so let's see if I can teach myself this plane.
Envoy 4081. Contact Memphis Center
How does
120.075.
How does one get the estimated
Contact
ETA?
Memphis Center
So I got the times here, so that might be what I'm
120.075.
looking for.
Envoy 4081. Have a good one.
Alright, so estimated ETA is 1944. We're at 1807. So we're looking at another hour and a half
Memphis Center,
of a cruise
American
here.
Tree 38 Romeo. Good day. Flight level 259.
It's a pretty long cruise.
American Tree 38 Romeo Memphis Center.
Alright, let's look outside real quick, see if the... Oh, it's a plane right there. I think that FPS hit is there. That's pretty rough. Can I see what my FPS is? Let's see if NVIDIA is going to actually work for me. Yeah, look at 34, 35. I'm getting some major FPS. Alright, go back inside. We're up to 60, 68. Okay, so there's definitely... It's not just a beacon issue. There's got to be something else going on. Or maybe it's just an external view issue. Because we're up to 72 now. 70s, yeah. There definitely seems to be some sort of external issue with this plane. There's plenty to talk about. Yeah, I agree. Alright, I'm going to step away for a few moments here, so let's bring out the cool, wonderful sterile cockpit.
American 1356, contact Memphis Center 120.075.
Contact Memphis Center 120.075, American 1356. Take care.
Southwest 1104, contact Memphis Center 127.975. Have a good day.
Contact Memphis Center 127.975, Southwest 1104.
Alright, sorry about that delay. If you hear a bird squawking, it may be in your head only, and it may not be.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact Memphis Center 125.85.
What do you think about the Civilization
Center on Memphis
Superjet
Center
test flight yesterday?
125.85. FedEx 516 Heavy, have a good day.
Civilization.
Memphis Center, FedEx 516
Superjet.
Heavy, crossing flight level
Civilian
296 for flight
Superjet.
level 350, direct Yawkey.
I don't know anything about that.
FedEx 516
Let's look at
Heavy,
it.
Memphis Center, copy.
Supersonic transport.
Memphis Center,
Civilian
Delta 924.
supersonic aircraft
Good
designed
day.
to transport passengers
Descending
at
via
speeds
Chipper
greater than the...
Flight level
is this
346.
like a... It looks like a Concorde. Oh, this is a Concorde.
Delta 924, Memphis Center, copy.
Is there another one? Is it this here? Nope, that's 68. Oh, it must be this here, huh? Civilian jet breaks sound barrier during historic test flights. XB-1 aircraft by Boom Supersonic. Its nickname is Baby Boom. 35,000, Mach 1.1. 750 miles per hour. That's crazy. Yeah, it definitely got its kind of a look from Concorde, huh? It underwent 11 test flights. Argument reality system that makes takeoff and landing easier and has a long nose that makes it easier for pilots to see the runway during those stages. Yeah, so the Concorde had a nose that went up and down, which is kind of cool.
Memphis Memphis Center, Frontier
Flight
Flight 3985, flight level
able to carry
360.
64 to 80 passengers at Mach 1.7.
Frontier Flight 3985, Memphis Center.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. Didn't hear about that at all. I'm so out of touch sometimes when it comes to the airline stuff or the advancement with it. I know there is a plane that is trying to be all electric. It's actually available in 2020. I think Kip actually. I think he was streaming it at one point.
133.85. Have a good day.
It's an interesting concept. I wonder, like, there has to be backup plans with it, right? Like if one of the batteries go bad or something. I don't know enough about it to make any educational stances. The thing is, it has to be super efficient, and it has to be an easy plane to fly, you know, to certify these pilots, because it's a brand new plane. So are they going to take a combination of Boeing stuff, Airbus stuff, Embraer stuff, whatever it be, and plop it into this plane? They just finished building the manufacturing plant in North Carolina for the airliner version. Yeah, see, that would be interesting. Obviously, it's going to be meant for cross-country or international. I'd assume cross-country to start off with, in case there are some technical issues. Making it out of carbon fiber? Really? I would love to see another airline. So, okay. In terms of like the US-based aircrafts, you know, CRJ used to be part of this, but they got bought out by Mitsubishi, right? But right now, as it stands, for the US aircrafts, we have Boeing, Airbus, and Embraer. We have those three. Embraer with the lowest number of US aircrafts. They mostly with the regional carriers, and obviously do a lot of stuff down in South America. But it'd be great to see more competition, because if they can get more competition, that typically drives the price down. So that'd be really, really nice to have. The plane will be able to land itself. Yeah, so kind of like the the Airbuses, some of the Airbuses can do that, the auto land. The Boeings have capability of that, right? You know, Cat 3s. Okay, so we're at flight level 350.
Memphis Center, Southwest 1395, flight level 304.
Isn't there how do you sell? Isn't there like a way to see the distance?
Southwest 1395, Memphis Center, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 320.
The flight plan would
Climb
have
and maintain
that.
flight level 320, Southwest 1395.
Fuel
Envoy
prediction,
3424,
distance,
contact Memphis Center 134.65.
584 nautical miles to destination. There we go. I knew there was a way to do it.
Contact Memphis Center 134.65, Envoy
We're still on
3424.
plan for arrival time. 41. Yep, nothing's changed with that. We do have a tailwind, so that's helping us a little bit. Let's look on the outside again and see if we have that FPS hit. Yeah, so there's something externally. Maybe it is a wing light. Let's turn that off. Okay, so I don't have any lights on. It's all off. Compass. Standby compass. Emergency exit. Okay, there's no lights externally on. We're at 68. We're going to let it recover. Okay, we're back up to 80 now. Okay, let's go outside again. 68. 70. Oh, hold on. There it goes. Okay, let's drop it again. 50, 47.
516 heavy, contact Memphis Center 133.85.
It's just something externally that seems to cause it.
Center 133.85.
It recovers a bit
FedEx
going in this
516
direction,
heavy.
so is it... No, it seems dropping again there too.
Memphis Center.
Yeah,
FedEx
there's something
516
externally
heavy,
that's
flight
causing an
level
FPS
348.
dip.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Memphis Center, good day.
A pretty big FPS dip.
Delta 1403.
It's a 20 FPS
Contact
drop.
Memphis Center 126.75.
They are actually going to have a VR headset as well, which will look through the plane for takeoff and landing. That's pretty cool. I remember when I went to Oshkosh this last summer. Oshkosh is a big air show in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And I was talking to a gentleman there, flight instructor.
Memphis Center.
And he was talking about how he uses VR for pilots who, want to be pilots
American 2088, Memphis Center, roger.
want to learn how to fly, but they might be afraid of
Good day. Memphis Center, United 2414, descending via Lyman 2.
loads up a simulator.
10,200 feet.
That's, life-size kind of thing, and you hop in and you control it, and you're all used to VR. I don't know if he's using Flight
United
Sim or
2414, Memphis Center, copy.
but I thought that was really cool. And then on top of that, he said he also uses VR. He uses the, what's it called? The pass-through. Can't remember what the word is right now. Where you can see what's going on. Use the cameras on it, you can see real life, and then you can also throw in argumented stuff,
Memphis
right?
Center, United
Well, he uses that to blank out certain
flight level
pieces
283.
of the cockpit. So if you're practicing a instrument
1005
failure,
Memphis
instead of going
Center.
the old school
Good day.
method and throwing something over the instrument, blacking it out, he has the headset do it, which I thought was pretty cool. I feel there might be some safety issues with that though, because what if the headset malfunctions? It covers up the wrong instrument. So obviously it's testing it during certain phases of flight, and not during the crucial times. But I thought that was kind of cool. That was pretty neat, and it shows you the advancements in technology that we have seen. So that's pretty neat.
Delta 2682, contact Indianapolis Center 128.3.
Contact Indianapolis Center 128.3, Delta 2682. See you.
Okay, so for this aircraft, we're expecting runway 31 for the arrival. So we can go into Navigraph here. And we don't have any arrival planned, so we can go into, first we need airport. So we need to pin that one. Approach. 31 left. Am I at the right airport? Yeah, I'm at. Oh, maybe I wasn't. There we go. Okay. 31 left. Got that.
Memphis Center,
That's
Southwest
in
1303.
airport.
Good day. Flight level 280.
This one here. Okay.
Southwest 1303, Memphis Center, good day, radar contact, climb, maintain flight level 390.
Alright, so we're going to come in, go into there.
Climb,
Beautiful.
maintain flight level 390.
2,200, 3,000
Southwest
at
1303.
Mountjoy, I guess. Okay, so we need the localizer,
Southwest
110.9,
contact
308.
Memphis Center 133.65.
Alright, I forgot what it was, but
Center on
308. I
Memphis
think
Center
this is what this was.
133.65. Southwest 1711.
There's 308 and 10.9. Okay, so we have ILS dialed in there. Check out the video, it was pretty
Southwest
cool.
1553,
I should
contact
find it.
Indianapolis Center 128.3. See you.
Center on Indianapolis Center 128.3, Southwest 1553.
The XB1.
Test control, you are go for Excel to Mach 1.1.
Go for Excel, Kestrel.
Amerijet 1010 Heavy, contact Memphis Center 132.1. Have a good one.
Really exciting part. Watch the
Center on Memphis Center 132.1, Amerijet 1010 Heavy.
You're on ATC, gotta be quiet.
There we are. XB1 is supersonic, faster than the speed of sound. We've got confirmation from the control room that she is supersonic. What a wonderful achievement. Geppetto and the whole team know what a really historic moment this is. The first civil aircraft independently constructed that has ever flown supersonic. And Geppetto is the first pilot ever to do it. It is really thrilling moment. And we can see her right now watching it.
Today was just a huge day. This is the first civilian supersonic flight in 22 years. The first time a civil supersonic jet built in America has broken the sound barrier. And also the first time a civil supersonic jet has been built outside of a nation state. We were a little disappointed there was no boom. In today's flight conditions, we only thought there was about a 10% chance that there was an audible boom, and there was a lot of cheering, but no sonic boom. Today we have one of the silliest rules in the world, which is you can't fly supersonic over land, no matter how quiet the airplane is. And so we're picking up where Concorde left off. Initially, we'll fly right under the speed of sound over land, which is still 20% faster than a Boeing or Airbus. Then over the water, we'll open up the throttles and go twice as fast. And that means that already there are about 600 of the routes, 600 routes around the planet that will benefit from big speed ups. The longest flights in the world tend to be the ones that are transoceanic, so that's where we're starting. I don't think there's any question of whether passengers want faster flights. I don't know a single one who wants to spend more time on an airplane, provided that the flight is affordable and safe and convenient and comfortable. And I don't. And the airlines have spoken with their money that they want supersonic flights because half a century after Concorde, we have the technology not just to go fast, but to do it in a way that's economically viable, that's profitable. And really, the question remaining was, can we do it? And we've known theoretically inside the company for a long time we could, and today I think we've shown the world we can. And now it's time. Today we'll celebrate. Tomorrow we get back to work. It's time to scale up, and to go build the version that you and I get to fly on.
That's pretty crazy. The angle of attack, the angle for the departure and the landing was pretty cool.
5.
Pretty cool,
Center
for sure.
on Indianapolis Center 121.175. FedEx.
So the initial
Heavy.
reviews came out for the 5080s.
Indianapolis Center FedEx 516 Heavy.
I have a 50.
Flight level 348.
Or sorry, I have a 4080, and I've been pretty happy with it. And I said maybe I think about getting the 5080, but the reviews came out, and it's such a small percentage. A small percentage. It's actually the 5080 is slower than the 4090 in frame rates, the majority of titles, by a decent amount. So looks like I'm passing on the 5080. There's no need for me to go to the 5080. The 5090 is way too expensive. The 5090 also consumes way too much power at idle.
Contact Indianapolis Center 124.625.
So, looks like I'm probably skipping on the 50 generation, the 50 series. That one is good. Was talking about the airliner video for the purposes of Msfs 2024. What? Talking about what? The airliner video. There's an airliner video for that same plane for 2024.
Contact Indianapolis Center 21325.
Center on Indianapolis Center 21325, American 1624.
Alright, let's see how we sitting here. Let's go on down here. And what button was it again? It was program, right? Yeah, 482 nautical miles to go. And we go back to look at the charts real quick. Click. Memphis, here we go. Okay, runway 31 is here. Small airport, exit to the right. Oh yeah, I remember landing here. Okay. I was actually, so funny story, I was actually gonna, I was doing a, oh, what am I doing? I was supposed to do Boston. I wasn't supposed to do Memphis. Now that I was remembering what my actual flight was. The actual flight for this route was supposed to be Boston to Harrisburg, not Memphis to Harrisburg. For some reason, I thought FedEx and Memphis. So I'm like, all right, let's do that. That's why this seems like it's so long. Because it is. Look up Boom Airlines.
Contact Louisville approach. Brickyard 3302.
First supersonic flight. That's the same plane. Is that like a concept art there? I assume that's just a concept art. Looks really cool though.
SkyWest 6025, contact Indianapolis Center 26375.
Center on Indianapolis Center 26375. SkyWest 6025. Take care.
I have a friend that is surprised he has the Concorde Lego set. He's not an airplane person. He has a Concorde Lego set. It really surprised me that he has it. Alright, now I understand why this flight is so long. It's because we're not even supposed to be doing this flight. Alright, we are going to jump the gun though. We are going to go to... let's see if it works. I don't know if that worked or not. Work. I'm trying to do sim rate. Doesn't look like it. This plane doesn't have a sim rate, is it? In it either, does it? Let me see. Settings, nav. I don't think it does.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact Indianapolis Center 21325. Take care.
Center on Indianapolis Center 21325. FedEx 516
Heavy. It does not. Oh well.
Indianapolis Center, FedEx 516 Heavy. Good day, flight level 348.
I was trying to figure out because I was like, I wouldn't
FedEx
have done the
Heavy,
flight this
Indianapolis
long.
Center.
We're like almost halfway there. I wonder if my sim rate's not working. Let me check my controls. Hope this doesn't break the plane. Input. Sim rate. Increase sim rate. Oh, I have it set for control shift. Okay, I did the wrong buttons. Let's try it again. There we go. Alright, now we're cruising. We're doing sim rate 2 times.
Indianapolis Center, United 1928, flight level 260.
I hope I don't break the plane.
United 1928, Indianapolis Center. Copy.
Now we're hauling butt. We're doing like 1 nautical mile a minute. What's the math on that?
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact Indianapolis Center 126.375.
Contact Indianapolis Center 126.375.
That's like 6 minutes.
FedEx 516
I'll take
Heavy.
it.
Have a good one. Indianapolis Center, FedEx 516 Heavy. Flight level 347.
It was the PMGs that have the sim rate built into it. I think they're broken with 2024.
Center, Roger.
Sim rate is a blessing in disguise when it came to the career mode of 2024, especially early on. I do hope, I haven't touched the career mode in a while, in probably 2 months, honestly. I think it was like the early December, maybe. But anyways, my thing is I need more aircrafts. I was getting tired of flying the same ones. Have the Caravan, have the Cessna, the Vision Jet. The Airliners, I don't want to fly because I don't want to fly the Max. I don't want to fly the default Max.
Center on Indianapolis Center 126.575.
But if I can get like the Kodiak, I know the PC, I think Kip was flying a PC, what, 24 or is it 12?
Indianapolis Center,
in there
FedEx
as well.
516 Heavy, flight level 348.
I just need more planes. Yeah, that's why I haven't. The wind thing was one thing, crazy, just insane amount of wind.
Indianapolis Center, Alaska 94.
But I felt it was becoming more of a grind than I wanted it to be, and I was getting bored because they're hour-long flights in a prop jet, and some of them just weren't paying you that much. Like, I think the concept's really cool, and the foundation's awesome. I just need to see a little bit more work done to it, a little bit more features. I love the wear and tear idea behind it. That is really, really cool. I love that you can have multiple companies.
Brickyard 4807, contact Indianapolis Center 132.8.
I feel it is like a mesh, kind of a baby on air, and a baby, oh, there it goes. Not Newsky, Neofly. I think it's a mixture of those two. That's kind of what I feel. But I definitely played a heck of it when it first came out. A lot. Most of my flights were in the career mode. The cool thing is, like, if you don't play it forever, you don't lose anything. You don't lose money. You also don't get passive income like that either, which would probably be a cheat. All right, 317 miles to go. Nautical miles. So we're doing good now. We're at supersonic speed.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact Indianapolis Center 127.4.
Contact Indianapolis Center 127.4, FedEx 516 Heavy, see you.
Is there a way to delete it?
Indianapolis Center, FedEx 516 Heavy.
I think there is, right?
347.
I think it's the way the menus are is kind of funky, but I thought there was a way to delete it.
FedEx 516 Heavy,
I don't know if you have to first
Roger.
get rid of the aircraft. I don't know if you can transfer an aircraft to another company.
Southwest 1537.
That's the other thing, like only certain aircrafts work with certain companies. So I don't like that either.
Indianapolis Center 26575, Southwest.
Like, obviously I understand why the what was it, 172 I think it is for the marketing thing, whatever that's called. I understand that. The crop dusting obviously has to have certain planes as well. So there are ones that obviously require it. But, like the sightseeing, you should be able to use any aircraft you want for the sightseeing stuff. Oh, you hit the flight scenes. Meant to hit cargo. Yeah, I have a cargo and I have a sightseeing. I think those are the two I have. And again, like, it's fun. It's a fun thing, and it's great to have the gamified feature in there because not everyone wants to do like what I'm doing here, kind of picking a random airport flight plan, random plane, just going out there and flying. Not everyone wants to do this. Some people just want to, get something to gain, and that's why I use like Newsky. It's not restricted to a certain airline or plane. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want.
FedEx 516
and still have
Heavy,
some sort of a
Indianapolis
progression
Center
system in there.
2555.
I personally use it
Contact
just more
Indianapolis
so for
Center,
like a flight tracker,
2555,
even though I have a
516
lot in
Heavy.
the background.
See you.
But
Indianapolis Center,
I like
FedEx
having the
516
grade.
Heavy.
I think that's probably
Good
my
day,
big
flight
thing,
level 348.
is having that grade at the end. So, you know, I'll have a 10 or a 9 point whatever. I think that's my big thing.
516 Heavy, Indianapolis Center, Roger.
Yeah, I've become an airliner guy. Like I was early in my flight sim time too.
Washington Center, 128.6.
You know, back in the early 2000s, I was airliners always
Washington
intrigued
Center,
me.
128.6.
I got into aviation.
FedEx 516 Heavy.
At least I got passionate into aviation.
Washington Center, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Because every
Flight
summer I'd
level
visit my
348.
grandmother, and to get there I would fly. And,
FedEx
you know,
516 Heavy,
young,
Washington Center,
I was a young
copy.
lad back then, but I had a blast doing it. It was so much fun, and that definitely gave me the major issue in aviation, the itch. And once I got 18 or so, and I didn't go visit my grandmother anymore, there definitely was a part where I lost some of that interest in aviation. So I got out of like Sims for a little bit and whatnot, and eventually I started going on vacations again because I had funds to do such a thing. So I started going on vacations and flying places, and that itch came back really, really fast. And it's like hardcore now thanks to Flight Sim 2020. The visuals made it just something you cannot ignore. 174, sorry. All right, how are we looking with time? At 10 now. Where are we at? So 30 minutes. I'm liking this. We'll bring it down to about...
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact Washington Center.
The airplane's having a hard time right now because of
Contact
sim rate
Washington
trying to get on
Center,
course.
3365. FedEx 516 Heavy.
So I might have to slow it down for a second. But I was going to say, I wait until I get close to top of
FedEx
descent.
516 Heavy. Flight level 348.
All right, let's bring down sim rate so it can get us back on track here.
FedEx 516 Heavy,
And
Washington
then once we
Center,
get to
Roger.
top of descent, then we'll go back to normal rate. And that's in 40 nautical miles, so that's not too bad. Alright, that chopped off a whole bunch of time. That chopped off like, what, a half hour? Minimum? I've never done Beyond ATC with sim rate. That was my first time doing that, and it seems to have worked. Alright, getting us back on course slowly. The winds are 120 knots. Jesus. How are we looking on the ground weather-wise? Weather in Harrisburg is gusting up to 33 knots coming out of the northwest. Broken clouds at 6,000. And no rain, so just clouds and windy. Clouds and windy. All right, let's bring back up sim rate 2 times.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Washington Center, expect radar vectors,
Harvey,
runway
thanks for the
31.
subscription. Welcome in. First time, what? Did I miss something? What did I say? Oh, first time using SimRate with Beyond ATC. Never used it before. I've used SimRate in career mode, but I've never used SimRate with Beyond ATC.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Washington Center, expect radar vectors, runway 31.
Expect radar vectors, runway 31, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Alright, so this will be interesting to see how the vectors work here.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact Washington Center 1.
Alright, so we're almost at top of descent here. So looking pretty good. I'm going to hold where we are.
134.15, FedEx 516 Heavy. Have a
And
good
we'll let
day.
them know we're ready for descent here momentarily if it doesn't automatically
Washington
do it.
Center, FedEx 516 Heavy. Flight level 348.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Washington Center. Good day.
Good day.
Heavy, turn right, heading 075. Descend, maintain flight level 250. Harrisburg landing runway 31.
All right, turn right, heading 075. Descend, maintain flight level 250. Harrisburg landing
275, we're pretty much
FedEx
on
516
it.
Heavy.
Like, I know we're angled at this way, but that's because of the wind. So we're pretty much on that direction.
Heavy, turn right, heading 075. Vectors for the approach. Expect further clearance in about 154 miles.
Turn right,
It's
heading
gonna be all confused
075,
and
FedEx 516 Heavy.
Irishman, which is it that you're confused with SimBrief? Importing the information into the FMC? Or uncomfortable with it? Or is it just time consuming and you don't want to do it? All of the above too. Could possibly be an issue. Alright, we're making our descent into Harrisburg. Thanks to SimRate. Thank you, SimRate, for sponsoring this episode of trying to get into the sim, getting into the sim, flying the flight, getting into the A300, having some stutter issues, performance issues, loading at the wrong airport for departure, filing the wrong flight plan, and now making our descent into Harrisburg. That is a SimRate sponsor today. Okay, so this, yeah, like I said, this approach will be interesting because we are landing 3-1. So we have to make a 180 at some point. So we're going to see what Beyondatc gives us. Yeah, we're going to have to see what Beyondatc gives us. I also realized for some reason the little subscriber list up there at the top is wrong. That's not the correct number. We're 3 away from 3,600. It's like outdated. ¿Por qué?
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact New York Center 132.2.
Contact New York Center 132.2, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Alright, going to New York Center.
New York Center,
really
FedEx
good.
516 Heavy. Flight level 282.
Let me see if I can do some troubleshooting
FedEx
live on the air
516
here.
Heavy, New York Center.
Live on
FedEx 516 Heavy. Contact Harrisburg approach 118.25.
Contact Harrisburg approach, FedEx 516 Heavy. Take care. Harrisburg approach, FedEx 516 Heavy, flight level 273 with information kilo.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Harrisburg approach. Altimeter 29er. 56 expect the visual approach. Runway 31.
31.
Altimeter 29er 56. Expect the visual approach, runway 31, FedEx 516 Heavy.
I don't know where that is. I'll figure it out eventually.
FedEx 516 Heavy. Turn right. Heading 055.
Alright, got clear to 9,000.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Altimeter 2, 9er 56. Expect further clearance in about 35 miles.
And 055.
Turn right, heading 055. Descend and maintain 9,000 feet.
Which is where we are.
Altimeter
Again, we're pointed at
FedEx
what,
516
042? But because of the wind, we are going 055. It's correcting us. So, we're going to stick where we are. One, because it's correct, but two, we also have our navigation system, you know, the profile we have set in bringing us down versus manually doing BS. I think we can hide our FPS as well now. Okay, we do have to do minimums though. I did forget to do minimums in the system. So if you go over here, we go to Navigraph. We have to get our minimums for this landing airport, which is 558. So down here, we go here, 558. Bam. Alright, so you have minimum set in there. Wind correction, we could get the winds if we wanted to, which I have to remember how to do exactly. Is it under init? No, where is it? Click on that button, that's going to do final speeds, we don't want that. Directory, or that's direct, program. I don't remember how to get the winds. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure there's a way to get the winds in this plane. The updated winds. .055 for heading, so we're gonna watch our approach though. Welcome in, Sean. We're gonna watch our next waypoint in 9 nautical miles for because they did not clear us to go any other direction but 055. So once we get, let's say, 1 nautical mile away, I'll then switch to autopilot. I mean, not autopilot, to heading mode. But I have the autopilot set 055 now, so... There's a cyclone near Madagascar? Really? Let's check out Windy. I like Windy. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. That's crazy.
FedEx 516 Heavy, turn right, heading 130.
130.
Turned right, heading 130, FedEx 516 Heavy.
FedEx 516 Heavy, turn
5,000?
right, heading 135. Descend, maintain 5,000. Expect further clearance in about 32 miles.
It's called Elvis?
Turn right, heading
really?
135. Descend, maintain 5,000, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Alright, 135, looking good there. Is it on our path? Is that correct? Sure looks like it. 135 is here for the heading mode. Let's see if the wind, if it's going to do a wind correction or not. Okay, so it's swinging us back on course. It's a big old plane. Takes a lot to turn. Okay, we're in final approach speed now, so it's dropping us down automatically. There's 2 cyclones near Madagascar? Jeez. Okay, watching our speed, watching our altitude. We want to be at 3,000, so we're a little high, I feel, on the approach. So we're going to bring out our spoilers. We need more drag. So let's bring out those speed brakes, full extension right now, so we can get down with our altitude. It's not dropping us as much right now because it's trying to decelerate us as well. Pmdg only has 3 planes in shop, so it should be the DC-6, the 737, and the 777. Okay, and it looks like, yeah, everything's fine. It corrected us for the direction, so we're on course still. We're following the nav. Yeah, 3 should be right for the Pmdg. Altimeter reset. I do feel like we're a bit high here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to heading select. I'm going to switch to... How do you do this again? There we go. going to switch to vertical speed. I'm going to readjust our overall speed to maintain 210. We're expecting to land 176. So 181 is what I'm going to put in for the final speeds.
FedEx 516 Heavy, turn right, heading 165.
Turn right, heading 165.
165, turning on over. See, we're just passing over the airport, which you can't see. It's right down there. Got the FPS hit, of course. Okay, speed's decent. A little fast, but not too terrible. Altitude's a lot more manageable. By the time we make the actual 180 turn here, we should be good. Should. I'm about to do what Jay said earlier, which is use the compatible version, not the premium version of this plane. Which is unfortunate because I paid for the premium update for this plane, but it's not as good apparently as the
FedEx 516.
The other version.
Heavy turn right, heading 170. Descend and maintain 4,000.
4,000 on the altitude.
Turn right, heading 170. Descend and maintain 4,000. FedEx 516.
So it's a minor correction for the wind. My assumption is it's trying to give us enough room to swing around. Okay, getting close to 10,000, so we're gonna get the landing lights on here. Let's turn taxi, landing lights, and that's all good. We don't need those.
FedEx 516 Heavy, turn left, heading 055.
3,000.
Descend, maintain 3,000 feet.
Okay, pretty
Turn
good.
left,
So we're
heading
7,000 above
055.
that.
Descend, maintain 3,000 feet. FedEx 516 Heavy.
Should be pretty decent. We're gonna come in a little bit hot, but I feel like we have plenty of room. So let's go ahead and make that turn 055.
FedEx 516 Heavy.
Oh, I was
turn
too
left,
slow,
heading
so 020.
Turn left, heading 020. FedEx 516 Heavy.
Okay, there we go, making that turn. So if we look at our map here, you can see what it's trying to do. We're just outside now of the boundaries, but we're right about here. So it's swinging us back around here. But at Mount Joy, we want to be at 3,000, and then at Hito, we want to be at 2200. Okay. So it's doing a really good job. Really, really good job. We're a little fast on the speed. I'm not overly concerned because it looks like we have plenty of room to make it work. And as of right now, we have a tailwind, but we are swinging still to the northwest. And with this plane, there is no localizer to capture. You just capture loc, and then it automatically will capture glide slope when you're ready. But they did not tell me to do that. They told me to just make the turn. So we're making the turn.
FedEx 516 Heavy. Turn left, heading 320. Intercept the 31 localizer. Descend and maintain 2,200.
That beautiful.
Heading 320.
Can't ask for a better
intercept the 31
vector.
localizer. Descend and maintain 2,200. FedEx
Okay,
516
and I'm just going to make
Heavy.
that turn. It's got localizer captured. We see that green there. We're at category 2. Altitude's a little high still. Again, on Mount Joy, which is right up here, we want to be at 3,000. And our VS is right here, so we're actually looking pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and reduce that VS a bit. That will help bring back the speed. And as you can see now, that arch has extended out. Okay, looking really, really good. Airport looks to be right here. Unless I'm seeing things, looks pretty good. Alright, speed's looking really good, so let's go ahead and stow those speed brakes. And again, this will automatically get us on the localizer when it's within range. We're going to hold 210 for the knots. Let's go ahead and bring a spoilers out, or sorry, a slats out. Help us not have such a high pitch angle here. Okay, let's go ahead and also... Oh, why is it nose upping? That's weird. Bring it down a little bit. Okay, I lost audio, so I'm not sure if... Looks like you all have audio still, but I lost audio in my headset, so I don't know what's going on. There we go. My headset just cut out for some reason. Alright, speed's looking really good. 210. The slats are out. Jeez. 3000's looking really, really good. Okay. No, not gonna let the plane land itself. I'll handle that still. My headphones keep kicking out. Today's just a day of troubleshooting. Okay, looking good. And glide slope should be kicking in momentarily. Okay, landing lights are already set. Looking good there. I can't remember. Well, we got a distance cue here, but that's not what I'm looking for exactly. 7,000 to that waypoint, or 7,000, 7 nautical miles from that waypoint.
FedEx 516 Heavy. Airport is at your 12 o'clock 14 miles. Report the field in sight.
We have the field in sight, FedEx 516 Heavy. Those types of days are good now.
FedEx
yeah, I agree.
516 Heavy cleared visual approach runway 31I.
Cleared visual approach 31 FedEx 516
Did it say
Heavy.
31I? That's weird. Okay, so upon landing, cargo is going to be next to passenger terminals, which is on the right side. So we're probably going to hit Bravo for our exit, and then go all the way down to cargo. All right, let's go ahead and bring out the webcam.
FedEx 516 Heavy. Contact Harrisburg Tower 124.8. See you.
Contact Tower 124.8. FedEx 516 Heavy.
Okay, so I need to set this. I go up
Harrisburg
here.
Tower, FedEx 516 Heavy. Visual runway 31.
That, and go VS.
FedEx 516 Heavy, Harrisburg Tower, wind
There it is.
310 at 15, gust 33, runway 31 cleared to land.
Runway 31 cleared to land. FedEx 516 Heavy.
All right, we got our clearance to land. And ILS for the instruments. Now we have it. We're in the scope for the glide slope, so we should capture it. We're just still waiting for it. It's still blue there. And now we need to go lower, so we're going to go ahead and turn off autopilot. Autopilot's off. Landing gear's coming down. My aircraft. Bring down that nose, because now we're a little high. Let's bring out the flaps. Bring back the speed. 281 is what I believe it was. Alright, bring that nose up. Readjust our trim. There's the outer marker. Bring that nose up a little bit more, because now we're going to be a little too low. Okay, flaps down, good. 20 for flaps. Okay, right on the path, all's grand there. Okay, we're a little bit low, but we'll be alright. .38 knot headwind right now. And flaps are going to come out to 40, full flaps out, checked. Speeds are slowly coming down. Got a big old those nuclear, the nuclear power plants there on the left of us. Okay, we're still really fast, so we're trying to burn some of that speed. Actually, not really fast. We're at 181. We just seem like we're fast right now. We're a little high, so we're gonna bring that nose down again. The freaking glare from this plane is crazy. Alright, checked, gear down, flaps set. We have our clearance for landing. Minimums are yelling at us soon. Now there is problems sometimes with this plane with the auto throttle, so we'll have to watch that. Now that I said that, I'm nervous, so I'm going to turn off auto throttle. Alright, bring back the speed. A little low. I don't see any markings on this runway. Well, they're slowly coming in. The satellite imagery is messing it up. Really slow. Touchdown. Good recovery, Mav. Versers are coming out. Yeah, that satellite imagery really screws up some of the airports here. Alright, slow down the bird, slow it down. We can exit here at Charlie.
FedEx 516 Heavy, exit
Let's
next
get the brake
available
fans
taxiway.
out.
Exit next available taxiway, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Alright, good. Flaps coming on up.
FedEx 516 Heavy, contact ground.
Welcome to Harrisburg.
121.7.
Ground 121.7.
And
FedEx
welcome
516
to scenery
Heavy,
issues
see you.
with Sim Update 1.
FedEx 516
Let's
Heavy.
turn off our landing lights.
Request taxi to company cargo ramp.
Keep the taxi lights on for now.
FedEx 516 Heavy, cargo whiskey for taxi via Charlie. Hold short runway tree 1.
Cargo Whiskey 4 via Charlie. Hold short
short
runway
31.
31, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Okay, well, we had a floating plane here, too. Yep, they have technical issues for sure. Okay, cargo is... Let's bring down the throttle a little bit. Cargo is, if we look at our airports here in Harrisburg, we're here on Alpha, so we're going to go to Foxtrot, and cargo's there. It's a good flight, though. My only issue, obviously, is, you know, the scenery issue we're facing now on the ground, but then the plane with its weird frame rate issue, and then the glass. It's just too much going on there. Hopefully, Inibuilds gets an update sooner or later. Sooner than later. Alright, I think this is Foxtrot coming up here.
FedEx 516 Heavy, cross runway tree 1 at Alpha. Continue taxi via Foxtrot, Golf, Tango.
Cross
three
runway
blocks to
31
right
at
is
Alpha.
the weird
Continue
hold
taxi
short.
via
That makes no
Foxtrot,
sense.
Golf, Tango, FedEx 516 Heavy.
Alright, cargo is straight ahead of us. Well, thanks everyone for today's stream. A lot of fun. Almost as long as the one... What day was that? Thursday last week? Almost as long as that one. Getting wild doing these long streams. Next stream will be probably next week. What's today? Wednesday? Maybe there might be one tomorrow morning or Friday morning. We'll see. And look at this FedEx Parks here. We can see that right there because of the satellite imagery. Alright, slow it down. Bam. Alright, parking brake is set. Gear. Throttle is neutral. And then we go over here to run equipment, attach, and attach. We have those all attached. We go to external power, good. and then cut off the engines, and those should switch us on over. You can also go over here and go to ignition off, and we're here in Harrisburg. Yeah, so there's something with this plane with the external. I don't know. I don't understand why. What kind of landing rate was that? Let's see. Let's look at Volanta. Volanta. Complete the flight. Review the flight. And 275. That's not bad. In a big plane like this, that's not bad at all. I was under 1.1 G, which was really, really good. So minus 275 is pretty darn good. It felt lighter than that, but I'll accept it. Again, thanks everyone. Thanks Irishman for coming in. Thanks for the 5 gifted subs you did earlier. Memberships, sorry. Memberships you did earlier. I do appreciate that. Again, next stream potentially tomorrow or Friday or both. We'll kind of see how I'm feeling. Maybe I'll get that CRJ working, and maybe I can do a flight with that tomorrow. I'll work on that a little bit this afternoon here. The Pmdg 777 completely freezes a few minutes after spawning up the gate, and I have to restart the whole sim. So if you spawn at the gate, they do not work. If you spawn at the gate, it does not work. You do have to use a trick to get things to work properly, and I do have a video on my channel for that. Let me get the link real quick and show you. But you do have to start up. Oh my gosh, it's asking me to verify again. Let me see if I can find it. I posted it earlier. This one? Okay, I pinned it at the top. I pinned the message, so you should see it now. But that is the trick to get the 737 and the 777 to work in 2024. But before you do that, hopefully you have the Steam version, because this will only work with the Steam version. But if you find your app data folder, if you find that folder, go to app data roaming Microsoft Flight Sim. You're going to go into packages and then find these folders and delete them. And also find the 777 one, delete those ones. And then you'll go into 2024 folder and go to WASM 2020 and delete anything you have for Pmdg. Delete those as well. That should clear up any issues you should have, but you have to spawn on the runway first and then slew over to the gate you want to go. And you can do a shutdown if you want to, and then to the full cold and dark at that point. But you do have to spawn at the gate for AP to work and for other things to work as well. But again, thanks everyone for watching. A lot of fun today. 2 really cool flights. Planes, one I haven't flown in forever, the 777. One I like flying the 300, but has some issues. Obviously, we're dealing with the scenery issues with the beta sim. Oh, we also have to have the beta sim update beta 1 or sim. What is it called? Sim update 1 beta. So you have to have that as well. So that's if you don't have that, you will not be able to fly the 777 or the 737 period, no matter what you do. Again, thanks everyone for watching. A lot of fun today, and we'll see you for the next stream. Take care.